the Fanatic.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100-plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Arizona's deaf, hard of hearing, and deaf-blind community is disproportionately unemployed. Those of us that do have jobs are typically underemployed, and that should be, for all of us, unacceptable, especially when you consider we tend to be more productive and continually rate high for quantity and quality of work. To learn more about the Let's Get to Work initiative, visit changeyourperception.org, sponsored by the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and the Hard of Hearing.
As a dentist, I know what my patients are saying. She says her gums are irritated. Is there anything you can do? You can try new Crest Advanced Gum Restore. It detoxifies below the gum line to restore your gums back to health in just 7 days.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K242 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down, because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rhodes pushing the buttons there in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. That's right, the Fanatic text line, often imitated. What's the other part of that supposed to be? Never duplicated.
Never replaced.
No, often imitated, never duplicated.
Never fixed. No, wait, never.
Yeah.
Never
been kissed.
Never been kissed.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh,
Often imitated, never been kissed. That's
yeah,
it.
the word has gotten to us that those bastards down the dial have started using their text line finally, and then we just giggled because it's like, they won't figure out really how to use it. Not like, what we've done here with you guys.
Yeah.
So hello, Fourth Dimension. How are you guys doing today? Hey, well, how about that weather, man? Cooled down quite a bit for us, so I'm enjoying that. Later on, we'll hear from Randy on what's up with the weather and all of that. But already people are buzzing about what's going on. I thought I was going to end up leading the show with what happened with old Cammie Newton, but it turns out we're leading the show with Malcolm Butler retiring. Does anybody know why he's doing it? All I heard was personal reasons. What's the real reason this man is retiring?
Malcolm Butler?
Yeah.
I would imagine because he's not making the kind of money he wants to make.
Well, he had a one-year deal worth $6 million after the Titans chucked him to the curb. So he signed the deal. He said he was happy with it. So what's the problem? I don't think this is about money. Is this about money?
Well, I mean, I would assume most things right now when it comes to a contract and somebody retires, it's because they feel like they're not playing up to their worth. They're not being paid what they're worth. And therefore, they'll just, they would assume walk away. And listen, good for him. He's had a wonderful career in the NFL. He's made great money. He's got all sorts of wealth that's going to set him up for the rest of his life. And now he can enjoy and do something else that doesn't tax your body so much.
Well, Malcolm Butler didn't feel like he's been in the league that long. I know he was there.
31.
What's that?
He's 31.
He's 31. Gee whiz. Why did I think he's younger than that?
Well, 31 is, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's my age at least. I just with him, he did say it was a personal reason, a personal issue that he was dealing with. So maybe it's just connected to that, and maybe he's not done playing football just for now.
Well, whatever the case, I honestly, I don't think it was about the money, or else he would have just held out and not signed a contract with the Cardinals for $6 million. He's the guy who broke the hearts of every Seahawks fan. So for that, I'm forever grateful about Malcolm Butler.
Yeah.
But he's got a couple of Super Bowl rings. He was in the Pro Bowl in 2015, All-Pro in 2016. And I really thought he was a good fit for the Arizona Cardinals, Randy. Didn't he do pretty good last year?
Oh, yeah, he did. He was very good. He was that kind of defensive veteran presence that we needed in the back. So on the back end of this defense. But listen, I mean, Listen, you can play football and all that great stuff. He says it's a personal situation. I kind of feel like, all right, so maybe it is a personal situation, but I kind of feel like maybe he felt like the Cardinals were going to step up and pay him a little more. They didn't. It was a 1-year deal worth $3.25 million. Maybe he wanted $6 million. I don't know.
But he got $6 million.
I don't know. I don't know what the answer is here. It's just kind of sudden, but I hope everything is fine with him, and I hope everything is fine with his family.
Well, whatever the personal issue is, now the Cardinals got to figure out, all right, who's up next? Is it Byron Murphy Jr.? Is it Robert Alford? Is it Marco Wilson? Is it Darryl Worley? Who's going to be his replacement, I guess, as a starter?
Boy, that's a good one, because the cutdowns happened yesterday, and I don't know where they're going to go. I don't. I'm looking here on the World Wide Web, and I don't see anything for sure right now. There's a lot of ifs, what ifs, but I don't know what to tell you about that one.
Jagdog says, they said Malcolm Butler is dealing with a personal issue. Yeah, right. That's what we're all seeing here. Last Optimist says, it doesn't feel like money, especially since the Cardinals put him on retired reserve and could ask him to repay that signing bonus. So it could easily be wrong that it's about the money. Jagdog, thank you for that. Last Optimist. Good Cat says, all right, guys, I didn't after 8 years with my company. I did it. I just cleaned out my office. Time to celebrate with a lot of beer. Now, did you get quit, or did you fire? Did you retire? What's going on with that? But hey, as long as you're celebrating, we'll celebrate with you. So go ahead, but Randy, pour this man a celebratory beer for his change of life.
Wow. All right.
Screaming Eagle says, I wonder if there'll be jokes about Cam going to the Colts. There already have been. In fact, in legitimate sports writing, people are suggesting that as a possible destination. I'm going to say, no, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Good Cat has now confirmed he has also done what he's quit. He hasn't retired. Good Cat has not retired. He has quit. He quit his job. Now, Malcolm Butler has retired, but in a way that's quitting when you're an NFL player. So don't get the two confused. Good Cat quit. Malcolm Butler retired.
There you go.
Don't get those two confused. Mars Bars 805 says Grand Slam last night. What are you talking about? Was there a Grand Slam last night?
Well, I saw the Diamondbacks had a Grand Slam last night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that they lost the game, though, right? Did they lose that game?
They did lose. Yes.
Pretty sure they've lost the last 4 in a row. Well, talk to the Diamondbacks. Let's go back to a different it's not even a Grand Slam. It was an in the park home run after all that hubbub yesterday about Javi Baez and Lindor over on the Mets, basically giving it to the Mets fans. First thing that happened this morning, they came out at, we apologize. We're sorry. We didn't mean it that way. And, they said a lot of stuff that didn't matter. And I don't think it was very sincere. But they sincerely got themselves a walk-off and it's really not something that Javi Baez can really celebrate. It was an error. Wouldn't that go down as an error?
Well, it was an error. Yeah, it was a fielding error on the left fielder who by trade in the MLB is actually a catcher. The guy didn't field it correctly. I mean, if you watch it, he was too wide away from the ball. You got closer to the ball, so your glove has the opportunity to snag it, and then you come up throwing. But Javi Baez is historically a base runner, a very dangerous base runner. The guy likes to push the defense of the other team into making throws. He got in there. Even if that catcher would have caught the ball, he would have been safe because he got in under the tag. And listen, congratulations to the New York Mets. And I'm extremely happy for all their fans. That was truly a fun ball game to watch. A little fact for you, Jeffka. That game that just concluded was a game that started in April, and there was a whole different pitching pitcher.
I'm sure it felt that way.
No, it started in April and it was postponed due to weather, and so they replayed the game from where it left off in April. To finish it up, and they have another game tonight at the stadium there. So
a couple hours in between, and then they get to the other game.
Yeah.
Well, it was pretty amazing to see. By the way, I'm sorry, I didn't note it. Was that a home game? Was that a home game for the Mets?
For the Mets, yes, it was. And there was some funny reactions.
Yeah, the crowd was all doing thumbs up, and one girl was like, couldn't believe what she was seeing. She looked like when she was 16 and saw that, oh, look, I am pregnant. So it was that look. And, so the Mets fans seem to forgive them and celebrate with them. But can I just tell you a little something? Javi Baez seemed a bit uncomfortable with how huggy Francisco Lindor was.
Yeah.
Just a little
You know
bit.
what I mean? Lindor's like, it almost like he was grinding him in a nightclub. And Javi's like, okay. You tell, you can watch your body language. He's trying to pull away from that embrace. He's like, okay.
Because Francisco Lindor has the most to lose from the whole thumbs down fiasco. Because I think he actually was sincere in his apology when he looked at his contract and went, oh, bleep, I'm under contract till 2031. These people could boo me for 10 years.
Yeah. So all is, I guess, well that ends well, but I'll never agree that that's a good tactic or anything that should ever be acceptceptable. 888-368-1580.
I agree 100%. Not at all. Yeah.
Fubar 1000 says, hi, Blender. Jeffrey, I was unable to listen to the show yesterday because I was at work, so I got caught up on the podcast. I need to address this. Keon, your take on Baez and Lindor yesterday, was it intelligent? Well, it was about as intelligent as taking a walk in slow-pitch softball, but it was intelligent. Come on, man, do better. And he says, go ASU.
Yeah.
SOL says, Cam Newton is checked across the boards. Oh, sorry, wrong sport. Fish Tank says, Malcolm Butler. Yes, it is official. By the way, I think it's been too long since anyone complained about the show that comes on before you. Holy hell, I thought this show went off a topic sometimes. I have no idea what you're talking about, Fish Tank, but I believe you. Mr. Wilbur says, hi, I'm Kim Newton, and I would like to thank you for watching me and my Indianapolis Colts this season. Go Colts. There's no way that's going to happen. 0% chance that happens.
Now, are we talking about this yet? This whole Cam Newton thing yet? Because Dale Hellestrey had a very interesting take this morning, and I want to unpack that.
I can't understand why he wears his grandma's handkerchief on his head.
It had nothing to do with the Cam Newton's wardrobe. Had nothing to do with it.
That guy's wearing lady clothes.
So why is he wearing a hat? That makes him want to be a Tomb Raider.
My mom has a scarf like that right now. Is that the take?
No, that was not the take.
Oh, well,
it's not the take.
It's unfortunate.
Well, what was the take?
Well, Bruce and he were talking about this when it first came out. The Patriots have released Cam Newton. Now, here's the thing. And Dale went into depth on this. He said this is something that's been going on in NFL for a long time. Bill Belichick probably came to Cam Newton and said, listen, we need your roster spot. So what we're going to do is we're going to release you. And once we get this roster locked in, we're going to bring you back. And we're going to have you come back in. You're going to be the quarterback. That's the way they open up roster spots for players that they want to keep on their team. Years and years ago, Dale said, young players, first-year guys would come out on the field, and in their last preseason game or something, they would get quote unquote hurt, and then they would put them on the IL. So they had them in the fold. They didn't have to give them up or release them. So what they're trying to do, according to Dale now, and I think this is so interesting to think about. They're going to release Cam, and then we're going to see him come right back again and be a Patriot quarterback.
I don't think so. Listen, I know Dale is right that it does happen. It has happened. But I think in this case, this is not the case. In this case, I think that Cam Newton is like, hey, if I can't be the starter, let's just make a deal. Let me go. Just go ahead and cut me so I can go get on another team before it's too late. I think that they're doing Cam Newton a favor by cutting him and giving him a chance to go someplace else. Now, by God, it doesn't need to be my Colts, but some other team out there.
The Broncos.
The 49ers. There's some other team out there that could give him a go.
Oh, they don't need Cam
in
San Francisco.
Randy, I'm just trying to piss people off.
Let
that one go by.
Let Kyle Shanahan try his 3-quarterback system now, since he's
That's
perfectly
right.
fine with starting 2.
No, I mean, anybody who, again, says, well, I can't make up my mind between these two, and by God, we're going to go with 2. No, you're not serious. So, yeah, let's send you another quarterback. Listen, Cam Newton, I kind of feel like he doesn't need to be on anybody's roster. I don't think he is better than 31 other guys, 32 other guys in this league.
I think he's better than Teddy Bridgewater and or Drew Lock.
But
wait, we're taking those people seriously? I didn't mean them.
but here's the thing. Has Belichick come out and actually said Mac Jones is going to start? No. Have the Patriots released a statement saying that Mac Jones is going to be the starter?
I have the history here. This morning, Bill Belichick comes out and says,
Cam Newton's moving in the right direction. I feel like everybody's ahead of where they were last year, and certainly he started a much higher point than what he did last year. So he's moving in the right direction.
90 minutes later.
Yeah, nobody.
So Cam Newton's ass is gone.
Nobody said.
Went ahead and cut Cam Newton.
Nobody said from the Patriots that Cam Newton was going to be a starter.
Handed him his box with all his handkerchiefs in it, all his lady lotions, and there was some eyeliner in the locker. He said it wasn't his.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with him, but I'll be honest. That was the lightest box I've ever handed to a player I've cut.
Was it full of scarves?
There are a lot of lady hankies, and there's a check there for $3.5 million. That was probably the heaviest thing in the box.
It was.
It was hard to let go of. I didn't want to let go of it, but that was the only way to get him to leave.
Oh, I got to tell you, I haven't heard anything official from the Patriots. The media once again has said, "Oh, that's it. Cam's been cut. Belichick's a cold-blooded killer. Hey, what's he doing? Releasing? Oh, this is terrible. Cam Newton.
He's not a good quarterback."
The bottom line is nothing has been said by the Patriots front office that Mac Jones is a starter.
Mac Jones is a starter. What do you think? They've made a trade for Deshaun Watson?
I'm just asking you to keep an open mind.
The only way you're right is if they have figured out a trade for Deshaun Watson, because Belichick has no soul. So, and Robert Kraft has no soul. Nobody involved with the Patriots organization has what could be considered by basically any religion on the planet an actual soul. So, yeah, I could see them just running out and grabbing Deshaun Watson, but they would have to know for sure it was a done deal. Look at the Dolphins been working on Deshaun Watson. Although like, oh no, we have complete confidence in Tua. I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it without laughing. That's how those press conferences are going
every time.
Yeah. So unless it's a Deshaun Watson deal, no, there's nothing to this other than the fact they don't think they can use Cam Newton.
I just think it's odd that they don't have a press conference that they name Mac Jones as starter. Go ahead, Keon. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just saying that there were some reports inside of the Patriots organization that quite frankly they leaked that they weren't happy with Cam's latest bout of COVID. That you had an opportunity to get vaccinated. You're not going to be available as the quarterback. You got COVID last year and you weren't available. We're not doing this again. And I just told him to take a hike.
Can I tell you who's really nervous right now? Because Bill Belichick is
Cam's heading in the right direction.
and then so they cut him. And so now today he's talking about N'Keal Harry. He's like,
I think N'Keal had a good camp. I'm glad we have him. I think he'll make a big contribution.
N'Keal's like, well, I guess I better pack because that's my ass.
And
the dreaded vote of confidence from Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I gotta say, N'Keal is doing really. By the way, does anybody have a box? I need a box. It's about yay big.
You can't find it. N'Keal Harry's already using it in the locker room. He knows.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. All right, yeah. Poor Cam Newton, says the Berg. Rising of quarterbacks. The Phoenix rising of quarterbacks. So Berg, did they officially say Mac Jones is the starter? Because that's a good point, Randy. I don't remember them saying they officially have given him the start. So listen, we got a lot of text here on the text line. Let's come on back and we will discuss. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
If you're considering refinancing or getting a home loan, listen up. This is Dale Hellestray, and when you need a mortgage, the team I use is led by my good friend, Jeff Locks. And here's why. Jeff and his team negotiate with over 50 lenders to find the best possible deal. Your home has gone way up in value over the past year, so why not utilize your home equity to reduce your monthly expenses or even pay off some debts? Interest rates are still at all-time lows, and if you obtained your current mortgage prior to 2020, you can save a lot of money. Here's the best part. There's absolutely no lender fees. Jeff is truly Arizona's low-cost lender with over 30 years of experience. So call Jeff Locks, and if Jeff can't save you money, you'll get a free $50 Amazon gift card. This is a winning play, so call Jeff today, 480-202-0692. That's 480-202-0692.
Jeff Locks, NMLS number 1003782, National Mortgage License number 181106, Bear Financial Group, AZMB-09047774, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Are you looking for a rewarding new career? Join the United States Postal Service and apply for roles nationwide. Serve your community with pride and receive benefits, including competitive pay and opportunities for advancement. Whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal positions, we have options that may be perfect for you. The United States Postal Service is an equal opportunity employer. Apply now at usps.com/careers.
When it comes to automotive repairs, where do you start? Been looking for a new home? Should you rent or buy? If you're looking for the latest trends in the automotive industry or real estate, look no further than the Drive Friendly Radio Show. Hosted by Steve, with over 40 years in the automotive industry, and Felicia, who's well established in the real estate market, you can get great advice and insight you can trust. You'll be smarter for listening, and maybe you'll have a little fun too. The Drive Friendly Radio Show, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Last year, nobody knew what to expect. This year, it's an entirely different story. New rookies, new leadership, new expectations. The NFL is back, and it's exclusively on The Fanatic, including playoffs and the Super Bowl. You won't hear it anywhere else. Your home for the NFL, 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. So tomorrow, all the shows are giving away ASU football tickets. That's right. Arizona State University is hosting Southern Utah tomorrow Thursday at 7:30 p.m. So tomorrow, the morning show will have some tickets. Big Steve from the main event will have tickets. And of course, we'll have tickets for you here on the Daily Blender. So be sure to tune in for that. And all right, let's get back to the text line. A lot going on, really, between Malcolm Butler retiring and Cam Newton being sent down the driveway by the Patriots. A lot of people have a lot to say, so let's get to it. Jagdog says, hey, where do we veto trades, Jeffrey? League 7 trade, Edwards for Tanyan, RB1 for tight end 3. That doesn't seem equal. Well, tell you what, I'll go take a look at it. Send me an email, blender@1580fanatic.com. You don't get to veto trades. Only I can veto trades. So go ahead and send me an email requesting that intervention. I'll take a look. King of Kittens says, sup, gentlemen. I'm dealing with my own personal issues. Randy, double crown on the rocks, please.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Sorry to hear that, man.
He's going double crown on the rocks.
Good Cat says, Cam Newton to the Cardinals. How about as a Kyler Murray backup?
I don't think he wants to play backup quarterback. And if Jeffrey's right, that's why he left. That's why he has to be released.
All right, but let's pretend it's an actual option. Would you want Cam Newton as a Kyler Murray backup? I mean, he used to be a mobile quarterback.
Used to be, and what he is now is two different things.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have to pass. Now, a lot of people, especially inside the Cardinals organization, feel like Colt McCoy is a great backup for Kyler Murray. Would Cam Newton be a better one? I suppose, but is it worth all the drama that's going to come to the team?
That's a good question.
Probably not. But to Cam Newton's mobility, he did have 12 rushing touchdowns last year, and that's with the games that he missed from COVID. So it's not like he can't move anymore.
I'd be really surprised if the whole thing is about COVID, though. You know, about the fact that he won't get vaccinated.
Well, this is the second time he's had it too.
Yeah, but still, it just doesn't seem like that would be a reason to give up a guy who might have been your starter.
Well, if you look at some of the other teams that have quarterbacks that won't get vaccinated, Carson Wentz is
Kirk
one.
Cousins,
which Mike Zimmer, if he could cut Kirk Cousins today, just from listening to how angry he gets in those press conferences. So Cam was the only one with a contract you could just walk away from if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's a good point. Mr. Pink Eye says, good afternoon, fellas. Breaking news. The Lakers are the oldest team of all time. It's a true story. Glendale Runner says, so the Patriots are running a scam with Cam, the scam. That's right. Maybe. A scam with Cam, the scam.
Maybe, yes. I see what you're saying. Yes, very good.
Mr. Pringle says Cam would fit right in with the Bears. They love quarterbacks who throw socially distanced passes. Yeah. Thunder Snow says, your Helly impersonation, spot on, Jeffrey. Your Belichick impersonation, spot on, Jeffrey. Thank you very much, Thunder Snow. Appreciate that. Fed Fan says, oh, so Cam had my eyeliner. I was wondering where that was. Last Optimist says, Kraft and Watson are kindred spirits. Kraft will help Watson out with his off-field game, and Watson will help, with the on-field game. And the eyeliner, by the way, it helps reduce the glare of the lights.
Yes.
Big Steve from the main event says Patriots are playing with their cap, so Randy and Dale are probably right. Yeah, that's not a whole lot of cap to play with.
Yeah,
and they still have to pay him $6 million unless they can weasel their way out of that.
I just thought the way Dale explained it this morning, I wanted to share it with us here on the Fourth Dimension. I just thought it was so interesting. I'd never heard that before. And so I take no credit for that. I was Dale all the way.
Well, we shall see. The Berg says Mac Jones is going to be the Patriots quarterback. Yeah, but did they announce it, Berg? That's what Randy is saying. I haven't seen an actual depth chart announcement on that.
I mean, they have not announced it, but behind Mac Jones is Brian Hoyer, the Destroyer, and Jarrett Stidham.
I thought they cut Hoyer.
Hoyer still listed on the depth chart that I have here. So.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can. There we go. The Keon knocked over the iPad camera in there.
It just fell. I didn't knock anything.
Yeah, you just knocked it over.
Hosts passed
in a fit of rage. Keon is in there just raging.
I just heard Brian Hoyer's name and just lost it.
If you're going to adjust it, at least adjust it to where you're actually on the camera and not like the bottom part like a pinhead. Come on, man. Get that thing upright. Get that thing aimed right. You can do that. Come on. Let's see here. Where was I? Mac Jones. He says, I wonder where he was drafted as backup in the Premier League. Solid fantasy player. I would not have drafted Mac Jones. Did anybody draft Mac Jones?
Mac Jones.
He's a project. He's a project pick at best. Moist One says, what drama did Cam have other than the COVID?
I think that was it.
Well, over in the, year in, year out, there's always a bit of drama with Cam. So, I was thinking the same thing, Moist One. I was like, we really haven't had a whole lot of drama from him lately. Seems like he's been putting his head down and trying to do the work. He hasn't been talking too much silly stuff, but then the COVID thing. So, yeah, I think you're right, Moist One. He says Cam Newton would be a godsend for the Colts. Ha, 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 ha. Up yours, Moist One. I stood up for you. Fish Tank says Miami Dolphins defense is licking their chops right now with Mac Jones in week 1. Mark my words, Mac Jones is responsible for 3 turnovers in his first game starting against the Fins. Wow. Welcome to the big league, kid. If we find out that Dak still isn't right, I could see Cam starting in Dallas over that guy Rush that nobody's ever heard of. Yeah, they cut DiNucci.
They cut DiNucci.
Yeah, they cut Nucci Maducci. So, yeah, I don't know. Thunder Snow says, actually, Cam Newton is 6'5". He'd be a bad fit for the Cardinals. Daylight Drew says, hey, fellas, weepy day this morning. That other station, and I hope you all never come to that. Speak English, Daylight Drew. I don't know Spanish.
Today's the 31st.
Uh-huh.
And the other morning show from the other station.
They didn't just fire them outright. They let
I
him
think
hang
this
around
was
for a while.
Well, this was the last day of their contract, I have a feeling, and that's probably what he's alluding to.
Oh. Generally, they just show you the door and that's it. So they actually give him a
Yeah.
chance to say goodbye.
I'm surprised they put him on the air
I would've-
Monday and Tuesday this
That
week.
is dangerous.
For the record, if you decide to fire me, don't put me on the air. Unless you're like holding a big fat check like this over in my eye line and my eyesight the entire 3 hours I'm saying goodbye. And there are zeros beyond zeros on the check.
Yeah.
If you're going to fire me, don't put me on air. That's not a good idea. Daylight Drew says, pour me a Maker's Mark and an Amstel, please. Mr. Pringle says, if anybody can figure out how to use a COVID pandemic to his advantage, okay, what just happened? Okay, if you're going to do that, then did you just switch something?
I did. I bumped a.
What are you doing in there, man?
I bumped a button. Listen,
Oh my
stuff's falling
God.
apart. I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, you did, because now look, you distracted me and you hit a button and it made like everything change in my ears, man. Is the volume all the way where it should be
Yes.
on the thing? All right. I'll go back to doing what I was doing. Do you want to knock over a monitor or something while we're just, I just want to give you the opportunity.
You were asking me, hey, what did I bring to the show?
Yeah.
Apparently chaos, unbridled chaos.
Well, I didn't say that on air. That before the show, I said, okay, Keon, now you're here. What are you going to bring to the show?
Uh-huh.
Well, I think now we know.
It's disaster.
I think now we know. What was I talking about?
Mayhem.
Let me just start reading Pringle's text again. If anyone can figure out how to use a COVID pandemic to his advantage, the emperor of the dark side, Bill Belichick would. Greatest coach ever in the NFL.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't deny that he's a great coach, and he's had some great assistants. The guy knows how to hire some smart people to put around him, but I don't know if he would use the pandemic. I don't know how this is even to his advantage. You know, how is this to his advantage? Unless, like Steve's right, and it's all about cap space.
Yeah, I mean, last year it hurt him. He had a team with the highest opt-out rate of any group of players in the entire NFL, and this year he replaced all those players. I don't know exactly what it is about the pandemic that he can find a way to use.
Yeah, I don't see it. Papa Trump 2020 says Cam probably got cut from his outfits. No, they went with him. Just the Tip says, good afternoon, gentlemen. What's this talk of there being another radio station in town? I am unaware of such horror.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah. Just keep being unaware. Keep it right here on 1580, The Fanatic. All right. Thunder Snow says, we're going to have to give Keon the benefit of the doubt because he just started. But, man, seems like other people are back. Moist One says, I'm serious. You play the Seahawks week 1. Look what Cam did Newton did to the Seahawks. He looked like an MVP against that team.
Was it Cam Newton or was it the game plan?
Both. You can't do the game plan without that guy and what he's built like and his mobility and all that.
You can't?
No, he's a truck. There's like him and Josh Allen are the two guys you could physically use that game plan with.
I have no interest in Cam Newton. The Colts have no interest in Cam Newton. I'll go over to Andrew Luck's house and beg is what I'll do. I don't want
for
Cam
the Colts,
Newton.
Jeffrey O'Brien, state that we are not interested in Cam Newton.
Yes.
That is all.
If there's any other Colts fans out there listening right now who want to chime in, do we want Cam Newton as a quarterback? Hell no. The Steelers probably could use him somewhere because Ben Rapesberger is going to completely disintegrate eventually. Who else? Like Broncos. You mentioned the Broncos.
Yeah,
Makes
the
perfect
Texans.
sense. Texans. That's actually a perfect place for him right now. Please don't put the bad juju on my Colts with that horrible of an idea. Because wait, did Frank Reich ever work with Cam Newton?
I don't think so.
Then we're safe because he only wants to bring in quarterbacks he knew from his past.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank God for small miracles on that one. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about the Arizona Cardinals beyond Malcolm Butler retiring. Guess who's back in practice? Chandler Jones. He has shown up, and Cliff Kingsbury says it's awesome to see him. I guess he brings a lot of juice, is what Cliff Kingsbury says. So I guess he's bringing some Capri Sun, some Sunny Delight.
No.
High C.
It's Kingsbury brings that. So they have breaks in
Hawaiian
practice.
Tropic.
They get the juice and the orange slices, during the practice there. Yeah.
Tampico.
What is the Hawaiian Tropic? Anybody ever had that juice? That was pretty good juice back in the day.
Yeah.
Or is that?
No, Hawaiian Punch.
Oh, that's right. Hawaiian Punch is the drink. Hawaiian Tropic is suntan lotion.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm Irish. Can you see why I'd get that wrong? Fish Tank says, good thing Keon has good and reasonable takes because his technical ability seems to be lacking today.
Well, listen, I don't think it's him. I watched him. He's just sitting there and things are falling apart right around him.
Oh, he just put his hand right over there on the board and knocked the button, and it went from sounding like this to sounding like this in my ear. I'm in mid damn sentence, so you can't blame the iPad falling over on that. Figure it out. Get it together.
No, it's not that I haven't got
Figure it out.
Figured out.
Figure it out.
I just made a mistake.
Figure it out. Sort yourself.
I apologize.
Sort yourself. Last Optimist says, as a fan of the Bears, I have a different quarterback in mind for the Colts. I don't want Foles. Leave me alone. Rex Terra says, Steelers had to put up with Vic. Yeah, that's a no on Cam Newton. Moist One says, if I wanted some of Kingsbury's juice, okay, we're just not going to read that. Nope. Not probably going to make a joke like that about Holly Saunders. So forget it. 888-368-1580.
He's not with Holly Saunders anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
but that was still his joke.
Okay.
So Marcus Golden, he is writing checks that you really hope your defense can cash, Randy. He's out there saying, hey, any quarterback out there, Cardinals are coming for you, man.
Well, I could see why he would say that. I mean, he's a go-getter. He's got Chandler Jones on one side of his defensive line. He's got J.J. Watt on the other side of the defensive line. And in the middle there, he's got that bruiser. Yeah, I could see why he would be saying that.
I predict a lot of sacks, he says. Lots of sacks for Chandler Jones and Marcus Golden. Lots of sacks. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't predict. Yeah.
I got a Marcus Golden.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sweet love to Chandler Jones. Yeah. I don't think that's probably not it at all. I don't think that's it at all.
No,
it's disappointing though.
But he did give him some love, but not in that way. He says Chandler, he's the GOAT, is what he says. So Marcus Golden says Chandler Jones is the GOAT.
I hope that Mr. Bidwell. Okay, I hope we start out just on a tear defensively, and I hope that Mr. Bidwell can figure out a way to keep Chandler Jones in Cardinal red and white. I want to see this come to fruition.
They did such a great job, keeping other people on, like Malcolm Butler.
Well, I think Malcolm Butler's issue is not just monetary. I have a feeling it goes deeper than that. But the bottom line is, I hope he can keep Chandler Jones. He would be one of the pillars of this defense, man. And you just can't give away pillars.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. I mean, they have stretched themselves pretty thin with what I can sort of say are kind of elderly players. People who are, it's almost like the Cardinals or the Lakers of football. Got a lot of old veterans and stuff.
Hang on.
So they've extended themselves in a lot of those areas. How are they going to make enough money to try to keep other players?
Well, look. I think you had J.J. Watt, you had the availability, you had the incentive. You gave him the offer. He took the offer. You got to bring him in. You got to give this guy an opportunity. I don't care what everybody else is saying. This guy has been good for football. He's a good player. Yeah, he's had a few issues, but listen, that's because this guy's a football player. He wants to go get the quarterback, and he's very excited to do so. So you got to bring him in. You got Chandler Jones on the other side of it. You've got a young linebacking core with the first-round pick this year and then the first-round pick last year. You got to work on the back end of that defense. Yeah, okay, we lost Malcolm Butler. That was a guy I was hoping was going to bring some veteran presence to the back end of that defense. You're going to have to figure it out. There's a lot of players at the NFL level that can play cornerback and safety. Get out there and be creative with it. Bring somebody else in. And there's got to be somebody waiting in the wings that has been tutored a bit by Malcolm Butler and can come in there and stand up and be good.
I appreciate that, and you'd hope so, but tutor ain't nothing without talent, and hopefully you've got some talented people ready to step up.
Robert Alford is pretty talented. I mean, he's got COVID right now, so
Everybody's got COVID.
Yeah, but will he be ready to go week 1 is the issue there. But over the course of a season,
gonna get COVID. This is the time to get the COVID.
Just get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way. Get it over and done, and then you got the rest of the season. You know why not? Let's go get COVID. Who wants to go get COVID? Who's with me?
Can we just go to the COVID bar?
It's got to be a COVID bar. Scottsdale is all about the trend. They got an oxygen bar. You're damn right they got a COVID bar. We got to go to the COVID bar. 3 weeks later. Well, Jeffrey O'Brien will be missed. Remarkably, Randy is doing just fine. But once Keon is taken off the ventilator, if he's taken off the ventilator, he'll be back to. But yeah, Jeffrey O'Brien, he'll be missed. Well, maybe he won't be. I don't know. Fish Tank says, anyone else tired of hearing people call players the GOAT? Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing, Fish Tank. Everybody's the GOAT. I'm the GOAT of this. You're the GOAT of that. We're the GOAT. He's the GOAT. We're all the GOAT. They should be. I never even really liked the term, GOAT, greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Should always be the greatest of a time. You can call it GOAT still if you want, but greatest of a time, not all time.
I first heard it when it popped up when we kept arguing over, LeBron James and Michael Jordan. And then
that's just the first time you ever heard that?
Well, and then it spread out everywhere else. Well, in terms of when you start hearing everybody say he's the GOAT, he's the GOAT, he's the GOAT. It started there and then sort of like a virus just spread everywhere. Now someone is on a team, they are the best player on a team, and their teammates are calling them the GOAT. That doesn't make any sense.
So if you started a bar in Scottsdale, which is a COVID bar, now from what he's saying, you should start a bar called a GOAT bar. Because it's a virus.
You should start the COVID bar,
bar.
And the bar should be called the GOAT
Group. Right next to each other. The GOAT COVID bar, 2 and 1. You show up and there you go. Good luck, and you will be missed. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, more Cardinal stuff, more NFL. I don't know. It's the Daily Blender. You know better than that. More stuff.
If you're considering refinancing or getting a home loan, listen up. This is Dale Hellestray, and when you need a mortgage, the team I use is led by my good friend, Jeff Locks. And here's why. Jeff and his team negotiate with over 50 lenders to find the best possible deal. Your home has gone way up in value over the past year, so why not utilize your home equity to reduce your monthly expenses or even pay off some debts? Interest rates are still at all-time lows, and if you obtained your current mortgage prior to 2020, you can save a lot of money. Here's the best part. There's absolutely no lender fees. Jeff is truly Arizona's low-cost lender with over 30 years of experience. So call Jeff Locks, and if Jeff can't save you money, you'll get a free $50 Amazon gift card. This is a winning play, so call Jeff today, 480-202-0692. That's 480-202-0692.
Jeff Locks, NMLS number 1003782, National Mortgage License number 181106, Bear Financial Group, AZMB-0904774, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Are you looking for a rewarding new career? Join the United States Postal Service and apply for roles nationwide. Serve your community with pride and receive benefits, including competitive pay and opportunities for advancement. Whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal positions, we have options that may be perfect for you. The United States Postal Service is an equal opportunity employer. Apply now at USPS.com/careers.
Summertime tips from Paul, Kristen, and Dexter at Total Wine and More.
Topping your burger with grilled onions and blue cheese? Take it to the next level with Carbon Cabernet Reserve, rated 92 points, an incredible value.
And nothing beats a buttery Chardonnay with grilled corn on the cob.
Feeling adventurous? Come on in. Let's try a smoky mezcal for mind-blowing margaritas.
Now you can order delivery for as low as $4.99 for a limited time. Find out if your area qualifies at TotalWine.com. Drink responsibly, B21.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
Yeah, I like to clear my throat while humming along with music. That's a lot of people don't know that about me, but I didn't see that he had given me the signal, so I apologize. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And yes, Cam Newton is taking it very well. He says, please don't feel sorry for me. I'm good.
Don't cry for me, Rebecca.
Don't cry for me, Massachusetts. Thank you. So yeah, don't worry. He'll be fine. He says, I appreciate all the love and support during this time, but please don't feel sorry for me. No problem, Cam. Nice seeing you.
As he told that kid, it was smart talking him there in that camp. I'm rich. I'm rich. Don't worry about me. I'm rich.
Yeah.
So Cam likes to use this very aggressively annoying, hard to read, bad for your eyes font. He wrote that whole thing in that font, and I do feel bad for Cam.
I don't know what that you're talking about. Which font is that?
I don't even know how to describe the font. It uses a number of different letters and symbols for other letters, so you can kind of tell. Okay, that's supposed to be an E, but that's actually the sign for the euro. It's just like it. He just types it everything, literally everything in this font, and it is
drama.
Ooh.
It's typing drama is what that is.
I don't know that it's drama. I mean,
drama.
He's a fashion statement in himself. He's an artiste.
Well, okay. Well, I was going to say, save the drama and your fashion for your mama.
He probably came up with that font himself. Who are we to judge an artiste?
Well, the nature of art is to be judged. That's why there's art critics. I mean, you go to a gallery and you're like, I don't like that. That's your right. That's what you're there for. So if he's calling himself an artist, well, then I can criticize him all damn day. And he just needs to shut up and take it.
An artiste.
Whatever. Mr. Pringle says, I can imagine Kyler and Cam in the backfield for the Cardinals. It's a nightmare for opposing defenses. That's what you do. You sign up Cam, you line him up as a halfback. Pitch the ball on an RPO, and once he has the ball, he then has the option to run a second RPO. Is the old halfback option play. I've been telling Blender this now, how to fix the air raid offense for 2 years. I'm a visionary.
There it is, the double RPO. Think about it. Imagine it.
Yeah, try it in Madden and get back to us. Last Optimist says Cardinals D will be above average against the run, above than average against the pass. That is until they get worn out from being on the field for 75% of the game because offense can't eat clock. Randy,
I hate to agree.
Senior Wake and Bake says, sup, fellas. Hey, Randy, I heard Murray's coming out with his own line of footstools, except for they're going to be made to 2 feet.
There's your whistle today.
I don't even get that one.
I don't understand it either.
Just because we don't understand it, I just threw a flag on you. There
Just
you go.
For good measure, sure.
Yeah.
Boomer Sooner says, hi, guys.
Howdy.
Hi, Boomer.
Howdy.
Moist One says, I need Randy's thoughts on my 4-cheese pizza. I bet the Berg would eat it. That's a whole lot of disgusting. He can't see it, Moist One.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Is that like a moldy quesadilla? Or is that
4-cheese pizza?
Well, it looks to be American cheese with some mozzarella cheese.
Yeah.
Possibly some blue cheese. I don't know what.
Okay.
The Berg would eat it as long as there's no mustard on it. Bruno Baller says, so Cam Newton was assuming people were feeling sorry for him? Yes, I'm sure that the list of people is very long. Just the Tip says, so I was talking with my pals about keeping ladies happy the other day, and I find out it's National Eat Out Day. Okay, I can't read the rest of that.
No.
Silly Wabbit says, just don't ask Cam to jump on a fumble or anything. That's another good point.
That's true.
He's been hurt. Berg says, please, God, no. Newton to Indy, not Arizona. Dude, what the hell? Why?
Why not
You're
Denver
a Patriot fan.
Or Houston or any of the million other places that need quarterback help? Cam would be better in those places.
Why would you wish that on my Colts and not on the Cardinals? You don't have any money in either of those teams, man.
I've seen Cam to the Colts in a number of places, and honestly, I don't even see how that fits. Like, I just don't see how it works.
Is there a font for middle finger? I just need to know so I can go on Twitter and respond to all these people.
Yeah.
Lost Toby says, "Hi, everybody." Hey,
Howdy.
Lost Toby. Everybody's just saying hi today. That's kind of nice.
Hi.
Yeah,
It's very friendly.
That's all right. That's good.
Is it 420? No. It's okay.
348,
Yeah.
but I'm sure people are getting ready.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about something. I wanted to talk about this yesterday, but we ran out of time at the end of the show. I'm sure by now everybody has seen the video of former NFL quarterback Trent Dilfer. He's a football coach at a private high school in Tennessee. You remember Trent Dilfer? He's probably the worst quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl.
Yes.
Right up there with Jeff Hofstadter.
Yeah, he did it with the Ravens back in 2001. Anyway, so this weekend, he blew up on one of his players, put his hands on him, and was shaking on him and yelling at him and telling him, sit down, sit down. Of course, there's video. Sure. And did you guys see the video?
I did see the video.
Well, okay. Can I just say this? The kid was being an a-hole.
He was, but he
was. No, but you know what? Let me just go through this and then we'll discuss. But I'm not saying I'm for it, but I'm also not saying I'm against it. Let's just go through the process. Okay. So the player was tight end Bo Dawson. Now, Bo Dawson is Phil Dawson's kid. Remember him? He was a place kicker back in the day. And witnesses say he ran the wrong route and then mouthed off to Dilfer when he came over the sideline. So Dilfer got mad, yelled at him, sit down, actually grabbed him, tried to muscle him over to the bench. But then some grownups came over and sort of split them up and whatnot. It looked like the kid was going to finally relent and sit down. And this has got to make things weird between him and his buddy Phil. They're pals. They played together on the Browns, and now Dawson is one of Dilfer's assistant coaches. So families are very tight. So I guess he felt like it was okay to yell at somebody's kid and grab him and say, what the hell's wrong with you? Sit down. And Dilfer did issue an apology. He called Bo one of our finest student athletes and said, I should have been a better leader, shown greater wisdom and discernment on how I handled that incident. I saw him lose his cool, but I don't know how upset I'd be about that.
I'm just
I'd be more upset with the kid for being disrespectful and not listening. Now, I don't want anybody putting their hands on my kid.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Randy, when you played, well, you didn't play football. Somebody came over and grabbed you by the helmet, grabbed you by the face mask and said, I said, line up over there. You go, oh God, okay, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Or if somebody's like, if you wised off, and they grabbed you by the pads and they're like, is there a problem here, O'Brien? Okay, that does nothing but teach me, okay, all right, fine. And now you're like, well, I'm not going to make that mistake ever again. Now, I always tried real hard to never be in trouble because I had a coach that could stare a laser beam through you. Never saw him do that, but there were drills and there were things like this. I guess you're going to get over there, aren't you? Just like he didn't do it like Belichick, but he was just like, oh, he's a frightening man because he was a quietly frightening man.
I think that the best coaches can do that, can figure out a way to get through their players without putting their hands physically on them.
But he would also grab you by the face mask, pull you in and say, I told you, run that route or you're running laps, and then let go of you. So every coach is going to have their thing. I don't have a problem. You're in pads. So if a coach grabs you by the pads and says, hey, pay attention, the way Dilfer was going off, he was like rabid dog out of control. But I don't have a problem with the coach grabbing a guy by the helmet or by the pads saying, hey, work it out there, buddy. Or if he's being disrespectful, hey, either you sit down now or you're in the locker room.
Yeah,
there's no in between.
I do think that there's a difference between getting on somebody. A stern grab is not a problem. But Trent Dilfer was out of control and just quite frankly drove the kid back to the bench because he's an adult and the kid's a kid.
Well, he was spitting mad, like spittle and everything coming out.
That's just too far. And the kids learn from you. Like that's part of football is that they're supposed to learn these lessons. And yeah, you learn, okay, maybe I don't mouth off to my coach, but I'm also learning how my coach handles stuff like this. I just don't think that's a great lesson.
Having had the experience I was not traumatized by a coach. I tried to, when you see that happen to another kid, you're like, all right, memo to self. Do not pop off at that coach. Make sure you're doing the right thing. And, it's an attention getter. But the way Dilfer went it, yeah, that was just craziness. But I worry that now it's like, okay, as a coach, now this is gonna be you can't even yell at a kid. You can't do this, you can't do that, and nobody's gonna learn nothing. I don't know, Randy. What do you think? I mean, you've played ball and had some coaches, I'm sure, that have dressed down people and talked to people. But what do you think of that grabbing them by the helmet or grabbing them by the shoulder pads thing?
I think there is an appropriate way to get somebody's attention. If you're all padded up, I was a catcher. There was a couple of times that we were working infield drills and I was doing something wrong. And I remember the coach was hitting with a fungo bat. He turned it around and the knob of the bat on top of my helmet, and to get my attention a couple of times. So I've had my bell rung a few, but I've never had my, physically.
Were you traumatized by that?
Oh, no.
Did it make you sad?
Message.
Did you go home and tell mom and dad?
No. But see, this is a different era. I mean, it snows year round with all these snowflakes out there now. Oh, mommy, I didn't do anything wrong. I just yelled at the coach because he made me mad. And suddenly the coach is the manager or the coach, whatever, is the one in trouble. It's not the kid. The kid never did anything wrong. So I didn't see the video. And if the kid popped off at the coach, okay, that's issue number one. That needs to be handled. And you need to take that kid aside and you need to get this worked out. It's just not appropriate for that young man to be popping off at his coach, especially in front of the team.
But I had a coach, he would just bench your ass like that.
Yep.
Like he wasn't trying to talk to you. He wasn't trying to reason with you. If you can't respect me, I control your playing time. And onto the bench you go. So I don't have to put my hands on you. Well, the thing you want is playing time, and you're not going to have it anymore.
In a game situation, bench the kid or send him to the locker room, have an assistant escort him and say, you're done. And guess what? You're not playing next week either.
But see, that's the thing. If his dad is an assistant coach on this team,
well, then perfect person to do it.
Exactly. Instead of Dilfer getting physically involved with this kid, it should have been, sit your ass down and think about it for a minute. Hey, Phil, get over here for a second. I want to tell you something. Your kid's got a filthy mouth and he's disrespectful. Do something with him.
But even if his dad wasn't on the staff, just another assistant, say, take him to the locker room. He's done. And we'll talk about this. We'll talk about this next week. I'm not dealing with this right now. I'm trying to coach a game.
You are the adult. So you've got to remain in control. Whether this kid said whatever, have a seat, grab some wood over there and sit down. You know what I mean?
There's two places for it. One is what you just said, in a game. But grabbing a kid by the helmet and correcting him on a drill, grabbing it by the pads and saying, "Come on, Randy White, get your act together."
See,
and
that's different.
That's
not
practice.
Out of anger.
That's practice stuff.
That is trying to get you to do the right thing.
Right.
I have no
you don't
problem
need to
with
even do that during a game. In fact, I've never seen anybody do it during a game. I've seen it happen in practice. During a game, you're either performing right or you're sitting on the bench or you're heading for the locker room. And Bo Dawson, I think he thought it was okay because, well, that's my dad's buddy, so I can talk to him differently than these other players, and I think that just set off old Trent Dilfer, which is fine. It's appropriate to be mad, but he got out of control. That's not appropriate. That's where things go bad. Bunch of people have a lot to say on the text line about this. Let's pick it back up when we come back. 1 hour down, then 2 to go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
As a dentist, I know what my patients are saying. She says her gums are irritated. Is there anything you can do? You can try new Crest Advanced Gum Restore. It detoxifies below the gum line to restore your gums back to health in just 7 days.
Chances are the technology you work with every day is an afterthought until it isn't working. Technical problems can throw a wrench in your day, but computer security issues can expose you and your customers to serious risk. Affinity Technology builds custom IT solutions that help small businesses thrive. No system is too complicated. If it plugs in, we work with it. Affinity Technology runs Arizona businesses. Contact us today at atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com. Affinity Technology.
We're on a mission to connect every Arizona service member, veteran, and their families to the support and resources they deserve to make sure that there are no barriers to the benefits and services earned through service to our country. Find out how we can assist you in Arizona. Visit connectveterans.org or call 866-4AZ-VETS right now to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veterans Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
NASCAR Championship Weekend returns to Phoenix Raceway November 5th through the 7th.
A wild season of unexpected will culminate in Phoenix with drivers putting it all on the line for their shot
And earning the title of NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Featuring 4 championship races in 3 days.
Don't miss your chance to witness history from atop the grandstands as the action goes 5 wide into the iconic dog leg.
Or from up close with access to the fan-friendly infield experience.
Get your tickets to see the NASCAR Championship in person.
Go to PhoenixRaceway.com.
Hurry, tickets won't last much longer.
Hey there, you low interest rate mortgage lovers. If you have great credit and are good with your money, I guarantee you're in the wrong loan. Maybe it's time to learn what thousands in the valley have already figured out. On a Life Changer loan, you can pay off your mortgage in under 5 years without changing one dime of your spending habit. Plus, your monthly payments are cheaper than what you pay now. It's not magic, it's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
Contractors, listen up. This is Bruce Jacobs. Are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go, serving all types of contractors of any size and license in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
There's a lot of talk about the COVID-19 vaccines, and everyone has an opinion. So I went to somebody I already trusted, my doctor. Talk to your doctor or healthcare provider and make the decision that's right for you. Go to getvaccineanswers.org for the latest information. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
Is it my imagination? Or did that seem sped up? I think somebody overloaded that last break, so it made everything go. When Tone Loc sounds like this, let's do it. Yeah, something is not right. I'll have to take a look at that. Hey, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon in there, push the buttons, and you guys on the text line, 888-368-1580. We're broadcasting live from the Harmon Solar Studio in Scottsdale. Well, that's a hard pace to keep up, isn't it?
Yeah.
So before the sped up top of the hour break right there, we were talking about how Trent Dilfer roughed up Bo Dawson, tight end Wiseash, son of Phil Dawson. And I know a lot of people are going to say, you are never allowed to touch someone else's child. No, I get it. That's fine. It's not like I'm going to walk up to some kid on the street and be like, why, you little? But the coach and a player, he's got equipment on. It's not just like grabbing him by the throat. He's just sort of getting his attention, grab the helmet, grab the pads. It's a manly sport. It's a manly thing. And sometimes that happens. But again, it's not even about the grabbing. Yes. Trent Dilfer was spitting mad and he was out of control. And he wasn't wrong, but he was out of control. And I guess in this day and age, touching somebody's child is, remember, Randy, what would happen? You go and be messing up somewhere. Some grown-up would slap you. You'd go home and tell your mom, Mom, this guy hit me. What would she say?
What did you do?
Exactly. Not, oh, my God, where is he? I'm calling 911. Oh, yeah. My God.
Listen, I had a history teacher in high school. I was sitting there, and I was a quiet, very demure young man. I never got in any trouble. Nobody even knew I was around. This guy one day whistled he turned around and whistled the eraser, the dry board eraser, hit me right between the eyeballs.
Bam!
You know? Yeah. And it got my attention. I shut my mouth and listened to what he had to say from there on out.
Yeah. You know, it's an attention getter. You know, the turning point for me, I'm always going to be a smart ass. You know, I was a junior smart ass. I was then a senior smart ass. Now I'm a professional smart ass. But, you know, all along, I'm always going to be a smart ass. But I learned to respect my elders from my grandfather. One day he's like, better knock it off, kid. Or I'm like, your grandpa, you're just the guy who gives me free stuff. Yeah. I'm warning you right now. Okay, whatever. I can't remember what I was doing, but I wasn't listening. I was actually laughing in his face. This big, long-fingered, bony hand came flying at me at speed from probably one of the most intellectual and gentle men that I had ever known in my life, spun me around. Bam! I'm like, all right, now we know. I never disrespected somebody like that again, and I felt horrible about it later. But it was just like, all right, Grandpa means business. Okay, not to be trifled with, I guess.
Yeah.
So you know, we all have our moments where we learn that, and in fact, I've told this story before, where I celebrated a touchdown, probably a little more than I needed to, and I thought that coach was the one who invented the phrase, because as I walk by, like feeling like I'm the biggest man on earth, he just stands there. He doesn't even look at me, looks straight across the field and says, "Try to act like you've been somewhere." Wow.
Yeah.
Shrank me down to size.
Yeah.
I honestly thought he invented that phrase.
Yeah.
Because that was the first time I had heard that. And
Act like you've been there before.
So some coaches can do that with, just a stare, just a word. And some coaches will. I've had other coaches grab you by the face mask. You know, yeah, it's all right. It didn't bother me. It was just, okay, I'm listening. You got my attention now. So Trent Dilfer out of control. But I hope this doesn't make, coaching softer now that everybody's all freaking out about this.
Because I don't, for me personally, I don't think it was that he was that he went after the kid. I just don't like that he was completely out of control while he was doing it. Like, don't punish people while you're mad, because that's personal, as opposed to you did something wrong. That's what you're trying to show them. That's what you're trying to teach them, that they did something wrong so you can correct it. And it's about how mad you are.
Yeah, and you're in the heat of the moment there. And the coach, Dilfer, was probably correcting him, and the kid popped off with some smart ass comment.
Yeah,
you know?
That's exactly what it did look like. Yeah,
and it probably got Dilfer right in the feelers, and he probably, oh, really? You know, so there, but still, it does not excuse what he did.
Trent Dilfer probably not cut out to be a head coach.
You know,
you want to go off and scream at kids. That happens at practice. That happens on the field, and you yell at them as you make them run some laps or do some drills. But singling out the one kid, looking like you're about to, go crazy on him and kill him. Yeah, not a good look on game night. Not a good look. And, he's not able to keep his cool on game night. This is not a guy who can keep being a coach.
No, because when it comes to high school football, college football, the point of this, at least as it's always been explained to me, is that you're trying to get these guys to learn how to be men. And sometimes men have to handle situations that they can't grab and can't punch. You've got to be able to talk to people or get at them some other way, because I'm not saying that he shouldn't have been punished. The kid was clearly mouthing off.
Oh, man.
There's no way you watch that video and go, he's 100% innocent here.
If I'm coach, I'll wait till we're in the locker room and I'll slap the bleep out of his face. I might get fired, but at least you're not going to have video of it. Can't cancel me if there ain't no pictures. All right, let's go to the text line, 888-368-1580. Fed fan says, I never had a coach grab me, but I have had one yell at me. You're the dumbest smart kid I've ever met. I think I've actually yelled that at some employees. I'm pretty sure I have. Berg, he sends over. That's funny. Yeah. Memes don't work on the text line, guys. I can't read it. Lost Toby says, fun story. Coach Carter punched me in the chest once. You played for Coach Carter, or did you just ask him to punch you in the chest? I think we need more information on that one. Mr. Wilbur says, heck, when I played football, if anybody talked back to the coach, there was a pretty good chance that's not just not the person, but likely either the whole unit or entire team would run. And then at that point, basically you get the teammate and tell him to shut his mouth and smack him around. Yeah. Because that's all you need. One guy starts popping off. What happens? Practice on Monday is brutal for everybody. Fish Tank says, I had a coach try to motivate us at halftime in high school by slamming a stapler into his own thigh. Pretty sure we got smoked 35-0, but it actually kind of cracks me up whenever I think about it. That guy does not need to be coaching kids either. I swear to God, you kids, you get out there, you play better, and then just so you get I mean everything. Oh.
Got to be like
Makes
me
no
and play
sense.
through the pain.
Makes no sense.
Wow. As his eyes watered.
Ka-chink, ka-chink. You want another one? Ka-chink. I'm gonna keep doing it to myself. Ka-chink. Like Coach Cutting? Is it Coach Cutting himself? Is he? Just Tip says, isn't Dilfer even one of those? Isn't the Dilfer event one of those things where Phil Dawson will decide what's right and wrong for his kid? This is a very tame outbreak on Dilfer's part. I bet the age of the person viewing this has a lot to do with whether it's a terrible thing or just strong coaching. Snowflakes bothered by it. Adults, not so much. Just a tip, as always, your text is kind of all over the place and hard to read. But that was me just coaching him on how to text. You want the Dilfer approach to coaching you on how to text, or do you want the kind and gentle coach the Snowflake would enjoy?
I mean, I don't know that those are the only options that are available. Like I said, I had a coach.
Jesus Christ, Justin, get your ass together. If you're going to text something in, make sure it's in clear English. Everybody can understand what you're saying. I can't understand a thing I'm saying right now. Why don't you just sit down? Sit down. Sit down. There, I gave him the Dilfer.
That was the Dilfer?
That was the Dilfer. Gave him the Dilfer. So I understand what you're saying. It's snowflakes watching the video. They're going to be, oh my God, that's so horrible that they're doing. And us older guys would be like, all right, that's fine. But no, that's not actually the case. Us older guys are all saying Dilfer was out of control. He was not in control of, if he was standing there yelling and saying, pointing and saying this, but he was spitting and like physically having to be held back. It was too much. That was too much. But the idea that that you can't be tough with a kid. Yeah, that's what we're saying. We can't agree with. Kiss the Cook says, I might have texted this before, but when I played Pop Warner, our coach would hit our helmets with a wire coat hanger. I love that. You know why? Why? Because if you take the helmet strap off, it has that metal round thing at the end, at least when we were kids, and you'd hit something on the top of the helmet, it'd make this ringing, like high-pitched ringing noise in your ear.
Oh, wow.
And you're like, ah! You would do that to your buddies to be funny. So I think what's happening here, that Pop Warner coach, when he hit your helmet with a coat hanger, did it make that same noise? That's actually pretty funny. Big George says, yeah, that commercial did sound sped up. You guys should talk like that all the time. Screw with people listening to podcasts. It's exhausting. Just the Tip says, I don't need your lip, O'Brien. My dad's a somebody. Why'd you have him come talk to me, Just the Lip? Just the Lip. Just the Tip.
Well, he's giving you lip, so that's what a coach would do. Just the lip.
That's right, Just the Lip. My dad was basketball coach, says Good Cat. When I was a kid, I mouthed off to him and he removed me from the team. I learned my lesson fast. See, there you go. There are other ways of getting this done. Fubar 1000 says, oh, Jeffrey, you're going to go Frank Kush all over a kid. Is that what's going to happen here? Now, if I'm a coach, no, I don't think that I'm going to be the kind of coach that's ever going to need. I might grab a helmet, but not like in an aggressive, mean way. Just like grab their helmet and say, hey, come here. Listen, you have to do this. And if I grab somebody by the shoulder pad, again, it's the same sort of thing. Hey, just go over there and do that thing. I don't think I'd see myself as a screaming, spitting, yelling coach. I think I would try to be more like the coaches I had, where it's more what you say, not how you say it. Not that you're screaming it and being out of control. I mean, there's nothing more scary than a guy who's very calm and telling you he's going to murder you.
Yeah, it's in that sociopath serial killer realm where you're just like, oh, he doesn't have any emotions at all. This isn't even personal.
A-Wings 22 says, best coach I ever played for was my freshman high school basketball coach. Never raised his voice once. We went 22-1, and he used playing time as his way to get his point across. Yeah, that's a good point. Of course, some kids are like, I'm good. I just don't want my dad to hate me, so that's the only reason I'm on the team.
Which that's a different problem entirely.
All right, Fatty, you can keep the uniform, but you're helping out to gather equipment. Beer Bob says, always better to be a smartass than a dumbass. Kids these days are dumbasses. Papa Mike says, I would never tell mom or dad. If I did, I get slapped around again. Yeah, if you say, Mom, somebody slapped me at the mall. What'd you do? Navy Brad says, happy Tuesday, guys. Is there an address we can send Cam Newton some Kleenex to dry his tears? He says, I met Boogie on Saturday. Nice guy. Really? Are you sure you met Boogie?
Also, Cam's got several $1 million with which to dry his tears. I think we'll be okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Fed fan says, don't mean to change the subject, but the young kid who's about to play Djokovic at the U.S. Open has an IKEA bag for his tennis stuff. This is the same blue bag I have for shopping at IKEA.
Okay. Could he not afford an actual tennis bag, or does he just like IKEA?
Or maybe they're a sponsor. Who knows? But more likely, this is just a young pup finding his way in the world with a shot at Djokovic. So you know what? I don't know his name, Fed fan, but I'm already rooting for him. And as much as just let me know what happens. I'm not going to actually watch. He is on our screen, though. I said, oh, my God, John McEnroe got old. Holy moly.
Has it been a while since you've seen him? I mean, he has to be.
Wow.
It's
makes
like
me feel old.
It's like John McEnroe went through a time machine and came back way older than you thought.
Moist One says, just a disrespectful kid. My coaches love me. I was always the first kid in, the last one out of the showers. Okay, I should have known better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beer Bob says, I never had a coach grab me, but I did have a priest. Okay, I'm just going to go on.
Wow. That's just, we don't even have to go there.
Moving right along.
Boomer Sooner says, I'm having one of those crap days, man. Can I get a nice cold beer and maybe a little Boomer Sooner, please? That was a very little Boomer Sooner.
Thank you.
Hey, by the way, should we take a look at the weather, Randy? Do you are you ready for that, or do you need?
Oh no,
do
I'm
that
always
later?
ready to take.
It's cloudy.
From the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randino Whitino coming at you live and direct. As I pull up the radar here from the high-tech Harvard Solar Weather Center, clouds, stormy conditions possible all around the valley. Some heavy cells. We've got a lot of cloud movement, a lot of storm activity. Looks like it could be happening at any time. 40% chance of rain showers. Tomorrow, we're expecting more thunder showers, 92 for the high. On Thursday, 94, and more chances of rain. Right now, the current downtown temperature is 88 degrees under mostly cloudy skies, and a good chance of rain showers. There are some flash flood warnings in effect around the Maricopa County and the Valley Metro area here. So be careful. Rain showers can happen anywhere, anytime. Be on the alert. The world needs more alerts. From the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randino Whitino. Back to you, Jeff Cope.
Thank you, Randy. I think this is a time where we explain something to new guy Keon. Here in Arizona, people drive pretty aggressive, pretty fast. I'm sure you've noticed that.
I have noticed.
But here's what happens. One drop of rain, and it's all off. Everybody's crashing into everybody. Everything goes insane. Nobody knows how to drive. They completely forget how things work, and it gets very dangerous out there. And I'm not even kidding. One damn drop of rain.
I also noticed that because it was raining the week I came in, and
oh, that's right.
Right. That was some pretty rough stuff. I have never seen driving quite like that.
So keep your head down, just get yourself home and hope for the best, because even though you live 15 minutes away, it's going to be a hairy 15 minutes. I live 45 minutes away.
Good luck.
Well, no, here's what I do. I just drive really fast. That way I get by the people who are stupid quicker. Yeah. Let's see here. Quacker. Mouth not work.
Words hard.
Look out, quackers. Yeah, up here is Mother Quacker. Boomer Sooner says, thank you, Randino. Great Boomer Sooner there. Thank you. Just scratch me because says, if you got upset at Phil, would you grab him by the Speedo while you're yelling at him?
No.
Nope. Not go anywhere near him. Rye Guy says, just the lip. Purple Nurple says, I was a high school coach for 4 years. I used to make my students run lap anytime they said that they were tired. Tough love gets results. And I'll tell you what. Well, the weird thing, though, is I was a speech coach, but still, it worked.
He was a speech coach.
Take a lap. Sitting there with a whistle in the auditorium.
No kidding.
Fish Tank says, so Jeffrey, you're more of the Tom Hanks at the end of the League of Their Own kind of coach, just shaking, but controlling your voice and whispering. Could you please hit the cutoff, man? Yes, that would be me. They know I was about ready to kill somebody, but I'd control it. And I'd probably drink heavily as well, just like Tom Hanks did in that movie. He says, yeah, I think you just coined the next big saying. I can't wait to have a reason to yell, give him the Dilfer. That's right. That's right. When the coach is getting disrespected, he might need to give him a Dilfer.
Yeah.
Fed fan says the young man is named Rune. Well, Djokovic will ruin the day he ever played that guy in tennis. And what's the score? I don't know how to read scores. It says 0-15, 0-15. What does that mean?
Love 15.
All right. Well, I just kind of, I like 15.
Yeah, so someone's leading the game there.
I don't think I'm in love with, love 15, not in love with 15.
Help me out,
do
Fed fan.
they have a set score there at all?
Help me out, Fed fan.
What's going on?
I think that tennis court hasn't been played on in a while. It's blue. Yeah.
Help me out, Fed fan. Dear God, please. For the love
of
of all things wonderful, help me out here.
Oh, now it's 0-30 and 0-15.
Love 30, love 15.
Yeah, okay. Sure. Whatever you said. T-Bone says our ROTC sergeant used to hit us in the back of the head with his retirement ring when we screwed up in high school. So he just come up behind you and give you a clunk with his ring. Well, I used to do with my kids. You know what I used to do with my kids? They'd be standing there and they'd say something, and I would just poke them in the eye. But see this knuckle right here? I would just kind of push it in there, like, poke. Dad,
did they just not react?
No, they would react because he usually gave them start. Not like I poked their eye.
No, but
scratched their retina. But I just kind of went poke
like before you poked. Like if I saw your hand coming to my face to poke my eye, even lightly, I would still.
I have lightning speed.
Okay,
lightning speed.
I underestimated that actually. The cat-like reflexes of Jeffrey O'Brien.
He would give them stars. It would never leave a mark. So if they told anybody, I'd be like, that kid's lying. That kid is. You don't believe me? Come here. Book. There you go. That's for you. There you go, Mr. CPS. Book. Both eyes. Good luck driving home now. Yeah.
Book him in the eye.
Book. Just like that. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, more NFL and stuff to talk about. Oh, and no man of the day, but I got a woman of the day. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Are you looking for a rewarding new career? Join the United States Postal Service and apply for roles nationwide. Serve your community with pride and receive benefits, including competitive pay and opportunities for advancement. Whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal positions, we have options that may be perfect for you. The United States Postal Service is an equal opportunity employer. Apply now at USPS.com/careers.
Contractors, listen up. This is Bruce Jacobs. Are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go, serving all types of contractors of any size and license in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
When it comes to automotive repairs, where do you start? Been looking for a new home? Should you rent or buy? If you're looking for the latest trends in the automotive industry or real estate, look no further than the Drive Friendly Radio Show. Hosted by Steve, with over 40 years in the automotive industry, and Felicia, who's well established in the real estate market, you can get great advice and insight you can trust. You'll be smarter for listening, and maybe you'll have a little fun, too. The Drive Friendly Radio Show, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Now, we've seen interest rates go as low as we've seen them in years recently. We've also seen them bouncing around. A lot of uncertainty of what is going on in the loan game as far as mortgages are concerned. That's why I lean on my friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. They have been in business for 20 plus years here in the Valley. They only lend in Arizona. They are trusted. They'll get you that reliable quote. And if you're thinking about refinancing, whether it's to just lower your rate, maybe lower the terms of your rate, maybe down to 15 or 20 years, or if you're like, hey, we got a lot of debt on the side, we got some problems going on, we want to consolidate debt, or I've always wanted a pool. Now's the time to do it. Take some of that equity out, refinance, and get things done around your house that you want. But you got to use the best in the business. That's the Lund Mortgage Team. 623-875-9940. 623-875-9940. Or check them out online, lundmortgage.com.
It's time again for the Harman Solar 1580, the Fanatic NFL Pick'em Contest. Send your picks each week to see if you are this year's Cascade picker. Sign up at 1580thefanatic.com. Play against the Fanatic Air Staff and all the listeners. You can score the grand prize of $1,580 or the second place prize of $500. Provided by our friends at Harman Solar. Sign up today at 1580thefanatic.com. The Harman Solar 1580, the Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. Exclusively from your home for the NFL and Super Bowl 56 in Arizona.
The Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And yes, on Friday, the AIA has a nice matchup for you at 7 p.m. St. Mary's versus Brophy Prep. You will have that. And, of course, the post game, which wraps up all the games around the valley with our friends over there at the AIA. And then Saturday morning, they'll wrap it up again for you at 8 a.m. on AZ Preps 365. So 888-368-1580. Tomorrow, we're going to be giving away tickets to the ASU football game. That's right. The morning show's got tickets. Big Steve on the main event's got tickets. And, of course, we got your tickets. And they are hosting Southern Utah at 7:30 p.m. over at Sun Devil Stadium. So it should be a fun game, and you can get your tickets here. And I got some parking passes for you, too.
Parking passes?
Yeah.
Sweet.
We're either going to give away a 4-pack of tickets and a parking pass, or a pair of tickets and a parking pass and another pair of tickets to somebody else. Just depends on whoever wins it, what they need. They're like, hey, listen, I want the parking pass, but I only need the 2 tickets. You can give the other 2 tickets to somebody else. Done. Or, I want all the tickets. Boom. You got them. Whatever works for you. So we'll have that for you guys tomorrow. So be sure to tune in to the morning show between 6 and 10. Big Steve, the main event at 1 p.m. And of course, the Daily Blender here at 3 p.m. Monday through Friday on all of these same stations.
Wow.
Well, it's just this station.
We're loaded with ASU Sun Devil tickets. Just absolutely loaded.
We got a few. We got some. We got some. We're giving them all away, too.
It's like we got contacts all over this valley.
888-368-1580. FedFan says the score of the individual game is 0, 15, 30, and 40 numbers. So, now it says Djokovic 2, Rune nothing. So I don't understand how this works. Just let me know when it's over who wins. Fish Tank says, I hate myself for looking this up, but 0 in tennis. Yep, it's called love because the pronunciation of the French word for egg sounds like love. I promised myself not to learn anything about tennis, though, at least for the rest of this year.
All right.
Fair enough. Hefty Lefty says, with Brent Quintine and James Mello. Yes, with Brett Quintine and James Mello. That's right. They'll take care of you on Saturday morning. Hamilton Porter says, when does Brophy play Bishop Sycamore? I think we only have Arizona high school sports, and any team that plays is accredited and in actual existence. Boy, that story from the other day, we were talking about how ESPN didn't do their homework, and they had some school playing another school. And one of the schools, Bishop Sycamore, turns out doesn't actually exist. We're an online school. In fact, the poor players were not even really aware of how shady this setup was. And so are they going to travel are they going to follow all this information back and discover that Florida high school was behind all of it just to create a team they could bleep stomp?
I don't think that you're going to be able to find that just because the Bishop Sycamore, the guy that was saying that he was the athletic director there, is such a shady guy. This is all his idea. I mean, he lied to the parents and told the parents, hey, you send your kids to this school. He lied to the kids. He sent them brochures of what the school was going to look like.
To what end, though? Did the kids have to pay to be there to play?
The kids didn't have to be there to pay, but it seemed like he was able to make money from some of the games. And one of the kids says that he scammed a church in order to get the money to start the school in the first place. So he's a real stand-up guy.
And is that how they got Trent Dilfer as coach? All right. So maybe this is two different stories altogether. Okay. Completely different stories. Yeah, that whole Bishop Sycamore thing is just turned into just a bizarre story.
It is now a federal fraud investigation.
Yeah, how do you get away with it? I guess you don't. But boy, somebody sure gave it a shot, didn't it?
It went on for a year.
Schmitty says, "Hi, what color is the ball?" I caught that. Yeah. By the way, you're sort of on probation there, buddy. Don't be
Schmitty.
silly. Yeah. He was trying to be funny, but he went too far. Said some things that should never be said. If I ever see anything like that again, you are gone. He came back and said, "Oh, what I said was," he said, "I'm working on my narcissism." I'm pretty sure he meant sarcasm, or he's narcissistic. I don't know which it is. Either way, yeah, we ain't gonna put up with that. But yeah, I think you'd be suspended for a little bit here.
You can use sarcasm to make fun of things, but you can't cross the line and actually say the thing.
Yeah. No. As an example, no, you don't get to do that. Welcome back, Fed fan, says Thunder Snow. Yep, Thunder Snow, Fed fan went on a hiatus, and she came back, and I guess she's not mad at me after all. So there you go. 888-368-1580. So all right, let's talk. Before we do anything, let's do Woman of the Day.
Okay,
this is a good story, and this is not one that's going to get me in trouble with Fed fan. Sometimes Fed fan, I think she just gets me wrong, and sometimes I say some things.
She doesn't get you, man.
Yeah, sometimes she gets me wrong. But this is a remarkable situation. So this boy is playing by a tree near his house there in Calabasas, it's west of Los Angeles in California. He's minding his own business as a 5-year-old does. He's just kind of hanging out. Hey, what's going on, tree? Hey, 5-year-old kid, what's new? Well, let me tell you, 5-year-old kid, there's something going on. Well, the 5-year-old kid says to the tree, well, what's going on? And the tree says, don't want to alarm you, but there's a 65-pound mountain lion in me.
Oh, boy.
And he goes, no. And the mountain lion said, yes, and attacks the little boy. So the little boy got attacked by a 65-pound mountain lion, which, if you know anything about mountain lions, not exactly a big one, but big enough. Drags the kid 45 yards. Luckily, the mother was at least paying some sort of attention. Here's the screaming. She comes running out of the house, jumps on top of this mountain lion, and starts punching and bare hands punching the hell out of it. Let go of my son. And she just kept just beating the hell out, working the body, hammer punch.
Yeah.
Finally, the mountain lion lets go of the kid, and she was able to save his life.
Wow.
Badass woman of the day.
Impressive.
She had no knife. She had no hammer. She had nothing but her 2 fists. And
mountain lion didn't turn on her.
I think it tried, but when you're getting punched and punched and punched, I think the cat was just like, I'm out of here.
This lady means business.
Yeah. So, then the feds show up and they track down the mountain lion, and they confirm that is the one. So, of course, they killed it. They shot and killed it there on the property. And then while they were doing that, a couple more mountain lions show up. And it turns out that was not a fully grown mountain lion. That's why she was able to do that, to be honest. And probably why the 65-pound mountain lion attacked him at all, because he's still learning to hunt, trying to find food, and I guess didn't realize you don't mess with humans where humans live. So it's unfortunate they had to put the thing down. I mean, I would have shot it right between the eyes personally if that was my kid.
Yeah.
And when the other mountain lions, they didn't shoot him, they tranked him, and they took him someplace else. So because once an animal gets a taste for human blood, there's no going back. There's no going back.
No, they think we're delicious. So you just kind of have to.
Sharks
move on from that.
Sharks find out pretty quick we are not delicious. Sharks, they might attack you, but they're not there to eat you. They don't like the way we taste.
Well, they just attack you because you look like a seal, generally, from the bottom.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
it's just instinct.
Excuse me?
I don't. I I am so pale.
If you are on a surfboard, you look like a seal, not just generally people walking around.
No, I mean, if I'm like, the thing starts blinking, like, what is that? Oh my God. It's hurting my eyes.
My
It
retinas.
swims away. Other people with regular melatonin in their whatever in their tan or whatever. No, not me. Not the Irish guy. The Irish guy will never get attacked by a shark as long as it's sunny, and I don't wear a diving suit.
Yeah.
Anyways, where were we? Oh, right. So yeah, so good for this lady, and it was like I said, it's always a shame, but yeah, they said that the size of that mountain lion indicated it was a kitten that was born, about a year ago, and yeah, they were just learning how to hunt for food, and boy, did they bark up the wrong tree. Wait, meow up the wrong tree?
Yeah, probably meow up the wrong tree.
The headline should have read, "Friggin' Wildcats." Stupid Wildcats.
Up to the shenanigans
Another loss
again.
for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely another loss for the Wildcats.
Oh, boy.
Rye Guy says, have any of you guys slipped Bruce Jacobs' slobber when entering? What? Have we ever slipped in his slobber when we entered the studio? Well, it's carpeted in here, so I think the carpet just absorbs it. Yeah, he says, my God, man, bull terriers are jealous of that mess. There is still, I mean, probably on a weekly basis, I clean his breakfast spittle off of the computer screens in here. And I wish I were joking, but I'm not. It's he gets a mouthful of food and everybody's invited. Boogie says, what's up, fellas? What a glorious pre-fantasy football week. Why is it glorious for you, Boogie? Yeah, because, I actually kind of feel like it's a dud week because we just had preseason. Now there's just nothing. There's nothing until next Thursday.
Yeah, this is ruining my entire football tradition. It's usually you get the fantasy football draft. You watch the last episode of Hard Knocks, Thursday night football.
Boom, that's it. This just doesn't feel right. Are they going to put it back to regular next year?
I sure hope so.
Are they going to align everything? It sure would be nice. Good Cat says, this just in, ASU just scored another rushing touchdown on the Wildcats. That from a Wildcat fan who also says, I definitely missed hearing Fed fans text, why do I listen to this show? Fed fan says, mountain lions should never piss off the mama bear.
No.
And
never.
she also says, thanks everybody for the love. Moist one says, cougar on cougar crime right there. He also posted up a picture of Cam Newton wearing a Bishop Sycamore jersey.
So that's one of the other things with Bishop Sycamore was that they had 19 and 20-year-olds on their team.
Oh, dear God. And they still couldn't win?
No.
That's sad.
Let's get Cam.
Happy Lefty says, Fed fan was rejuvenated by the pure waters of Lake Minnetonka and has reignited her fire for the text line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm glad our tennis expert is back in time for the U.S. Open because I have absolutely no idea what I'm watching. I think that just from what I'm seeing, Djokovic is curb stomping this kid, right?
Well, I mean, a kid goes walking onto the court there, U.S. Open, New York City, and he's carrying what'd you say?
IKEA.
IKEA bag?
Yeah. Oh my God. Look how young this kid looks. He's got his hat on backwards like a punk. You're a punk kid. Oh, brother. That ain't a rally cap. That's just a punk kid cap.
Yeah.
Ukle the Mock says, so you can be my Bishop Sycamore radio pal. Hi, Randy and Keon. That makes no sense, Ukle the Mock.
But hey.
Chief Skulls Burner says, hello, gentlemen. I'm just being highly respectful today to make sure Jeffrey doesn't ban me for not liking root beer floats or something. Man, if I were going to ban people just for disagreeing with me, there'd be like 3 texters.
Maybe.
There'd be 3.
Maybe.
If we're lucky.
Yeah.
Thunder Snow says, Randy's cougar impersonation. Spot on.
Thank you. I know. Thank you very much.
Like a cougar with laryngitis. Maybe like that. Yeah. So we had woman of the day. I couldn't find a man of the day, but there was a couple of idiots in Canada. This was kind of funny. They robbed.
If you need a man of the day, I'll go ahead and fill in today.
Yeah, no, we're good. Anyway, so these idiots in Canada rob a bar, right? and then they take off together on a motorcycle.
Uh-huh.
And then what they had to ditch the bike because they crashed into a cop car that was chasing them. This was in Halifax, Nova Scotia, right? And one of them, they get arrested, right? And the other one took off on foot and said, okay, they're closing in on me. The cops are closing in, and there's the lake. I'm gonna swim for it. I'm gonna swim to freedom. And he jumps in the lake, and he remembers, oh crap, I don't swim good. And he's sitting there trying to swim to the other side and get away, but he couldn't swim very fast because he's not very good at it. So he's just like kind of doggy paddling. So the cops just walk down to the shore, and they're kind of looking at him like, hey, what do you want to do, eh? Oh, I don't know. Hey, let's get to, look, there's a pedal boat right there. So 2 cops jumped into a pedal boat. They found it sitting there. They started pedaling across the lake right at him. Another cop says, I'm going to grab this canoe right here. And he's just out there rowing, just kind of like that.
Wow.
The other cop says, now watch me. I'm going to beat all of you. Grabs a paddleboard. If you don't believe me, I have a picture.
He grabs a paddle board.
Look at that guy right there.
Yeah, it's like a surfboard, but it comes with a paddle, and you just stand on it and paddle yourself.
That is the slowest aqua chase ever. So you see the guy in the water, that's the bad guy. And there's the cops in the paddle boat, and the other one's just sort of like putting his hand in the water going, it feels nice. I think we could go swimming.
It's a beautiful summer day here in Nova Scotia, hey?
The 2 in the canoe, one of the cops is even backwards in the boat, like, this is nice. And then the paddleboard is like, the guy on the paddleboard, you can tell he's kicking ass in speed because he's going around the pedal boat. He's I got this guy. Oh, he's mine. Look at that look of determination on his face. Oh, he's mine. He's mine. Oh, my God.
Wow.
So they were able, of course, easily to grab him by the back of the neck, which is a good thing because he was struggling to keep his head above water because bad swimmer, right? And he was about to drown. So they tossed him a life vest, pulled him out, took him to jail. And, that'll be the end of that guy. So
it's just funny that all of those things were there and the cops found them, but he didn't. He was desperate to actually be in the water. You think he would notice, hey, the paddle boat, I could use the paddle boat.
Exactly. He probably could have paddle boated quicker and gotten ahead of the other, boats. So that is just the saddest getaway I think I've ever seen. Of course, it's Canada. So as they're arresting him, they're like, okay, get in the boat. Sorry. You're under arrest. I'm sorry.
You're all wet. Get in the boat, eh?
I'm really sorry you're under arrest. Sorry about that, eh? All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, let's jump back into some NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
As a dentist, I know what my patients are saying. She says her gums are irritated. Is there anything you can do? You can try new Crest Advanced Gum Restore. It detoxifies below the gum line to restore your gums back to health in just 7 days.
It's time again for the Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Pick'em Contest. Send your picks each week to see if you are this year's best Canadian picker. Sign up at 1580thefanatic.com. Play against the Fanatic Air Staff and all the listeners. You can score the grand prize of $1,580 or the second place prize of $500. Provided by our friends at Harman Solar. Sign up today at 1580thefanatic.com. The Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. Exclusively from your home for the NFL and Super Bowl 56 in Arizona.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher, back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Are you seeing what is going on in the home buying market right now? Unbelievable. Not enough inventory, and there is a ton of demand. Some of these homes are getting 30, 40, 50 offers on them. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to differentiate yourself from the other buyers who are in line? I have a way. Use the Lund Mortgage Team. Lund Mortgage Team is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience right here in the Valley. They have a great reputation, and it is a trustworthy pre-approval. And on top of that, they are quick. That's one of the things. You got to come equipped and be ready to buy. So what you need to do is make that first phone call to 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Get that pre-approval going and then get yourself ready to go buy that home of your dreams. Go online, lundmortgageteam.com, or call 623-875-9940.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from The Main Event here on 1580 The Fanatic. Coming up on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Join us as we'll give away a pair of tickets to the ASU Southern Utah game on Thursday night. NFL cuts are done. I'll update you on any signings and more releases that occur. College football news and notes as we head into week 1, Major League Baseball updates, and more. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on The Main Event. Wednesday, 1 p.m. on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Being in the Army National Guard is about more than serving your country. It's about being there for your community when your neighbors need you most. The Army National Guard makes college affordable, and serving part-time can help you graduate debt-free. Do you want to stay close to friends and family? The Guard allows you to serve close to home. Serving part-time in the Army National Guard lets you have the life you want. Learn more by visiting nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Sports. We love it and you love it. Quite frankly, I don't trust anyone who doesn't love it. Do you?
Is that a serious question?
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, your exclusive home for the NFL and Super Bowl 56.
Today, the Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And before we move on to the next thing, let me clean up this text line and get us all caught up. Navy Brad says, did I just hear that FedFan is from Minnetonka? I'm from Minnetonka. No, I think somebody was joking, unless she actually is from Minnetonka and they just remember her saying that. I'll be honest, I don't know. FedFan, are you from Minnetonka? Rye Guy says, dude, that is disgusting. Are you serious about the microphone? Jesus, man, you definitely deserve a gargantuan raise, brother. Oh, no, I do. I really do. That has nothing to do with the microphone, though. But I do. I deserve a gargantuan raise. That is absolutely a true statement. And still waiting. But as for the microphone, no, I switch out microphones. I use a different microphone than Bruce Jacobs. I could show you this microphone on the camera, but I'm pretty sure that YouTube would probably cancel us because how disgusting that thing is. Do you see? Can you see that? Look at all the food in that thing.
That's not even the color they're supposed to be.
Yeah,
just a little discolored.
It's a true statement. I put that down. Anyway, no, true story, right guy. True story. Silly Wabbit says, I thought the 0-15 and 0-30 and 0-15 were the last scores from Diamondback games. Ooh. That was good. That was good and mean. Hey, screw you, silly Wabbit. Hefty Lefty says, the kid is using an IKEA bag? What are the odds the kid couldn't figure out how to put that Swedish thing together, too? He's so young. Well, maybe he is Swedish. R-U-N-E. Rune or Runny? How do you say his name, FedFan? We need information. Good Cat says, the cougar impersonation there, Randy, is great. Not better than the antelope death cry, but still good.
I mean, is there anything that can top the death cry of the kill call of the antelope?
I don't think that's really
that's a damn kill call.
Yeah,
the antelope has a kill call. Now,
I
I'm
don't
sure
think antelopes
Keon
kill anything.
has been out in the wilderness and seen the dreaded antelope out there.
Where is he going to see an antelope in Chattanooga?
And all of a sudden,
besides
in the darkness,
the zoo,
as they're getting ready to, he's getting ready to bed down for the evening in his camp there. He's probably heard off in the distance. The kill call of the dreaded damn antelope. I know he has.
Now, here, hold on. Let's try this. Hold on, Randy. Keon, close your eyes. Okay. Now imagine you're out in the wilderness, mind your own business. You're in your tent, and in the background, you hear this. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Is it an antelope?
No, it sounds like a screaming person. Maybe somebody fell off of one of the hiking trails.
I'm really surprised.
You know what you sound like.
That is that's a kill call of the antelope.
You sound like a peacock. That's what peacocks do.
No,
in the middle of the night, they're
peacock
like,
is more like peacock's more like.
No, they don't sound like that.
Like
they're like this. Like they're like a woman yelling for help. No, it's
what I was doing.
The peacock just sounds like a slightly different version of your antelope.
No, it's antelope kill call. I've trained many years. Grand Canyon University, home of the damn antelope. The most deadliest animal in the animal kingdom.
The mighty lope. Yes.
The mighty lopes. Have you seen those horns on those things? Those jagged,
they're very
crooked
pokey.
looking horns.
They're very
my
pokey.
God. And they're
I'll
fast.
give them that.
Oh, and when you hear one of those, one of them kill calls, it's over for somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody has bought the farm, Jack.
Yeah, but they don't make that noise. I am about 100% sure they don't actually make that noise. Right?
I think they do. Fourth Dimension will help me out.
I'm going to get David Attenborough on the phone. We're going to settle this. You know what I'm saying? We're going to settle this.
Probably is taking a nap.
Good Cat says, what the hell did I just do?
Kill call.
Let's see here. Gorilla Toe said, "Oh, my mouse isn't working now. Damn it, Bruce Jacobs. There we go. Gorilla Toe says Japan gets away with 20-year-olds in the Little League World Series. Why shouldn't this team try a regular season football game?"
Oh boy.
Does Japan? I don't know. You're saying that they cheat? I don't think Japan has to cheat. They're really good at baseball.
They love baseball a lot. That's their national pastime too.
That and golf.
Fed Fan says, "No, I'm from Minnetonka, South Dakota." Oh, wait, there's a Minnetonka, South Dakota, and Minnetonka. I'm very confused by this. She says that the kid with the IKEA bag, he's from Denmark. Just in case you were wondering, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, it's all the same, right?
His first name, by the way, is Holger.
It's the same pale, pasty, blonde people who sound like they sound like Swedish Chef. So Silly Wabbit says, and I thought radio stations only had a morning zoo radio show. Yeah, we kind of like a morning show, aren't we? We're never getting up that early, though. Mr. Wilbur says, I saw that microphone. It is almost considered an everlasting gobstopper. It has like 5 courses of a meal inside that microphone. Holy moly.
Yeah. The archaeologists need to come and scrape away the layers. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Big George says, I thought Fed Fan was from Lake Wobegon, where all the women are strong and the men are good looking and the children are above average. No, she made it pretty clear that she's from South Dakota there. Scratch Me Because says, speaking of sharks, were we talking about sharks?
We briefly mentioned sharks.
Oh, that's right. How they wouldn't eat me because I don't look like a seal. I look like a jellyfish, so white and pasty. Says the late great comedian Robert Schimmel, who, by the way, I just want you to know, he was a Scottsdale guy, and one of my greatest pleasures was having him on the show. And he got what we were doing on this show, and we had a mutual respect. And he was a very nice and sweet guy. And boy, once you get him on air, he was funny as hell and biting. But anyways, Scratch Me Because says Robert Schimmel had a bit where he was reading a pamphlet about what to do in case a shark is bothering you. And he said, bothering you? They have a funny idea of the word bother. I'm sorry, but it really bothers me when you shear my legs off at the hip. And then I guess he goes on to say that the pamphlet told you to punch the shark as hard as you can in the nose. And if that doesn't work, poke him in the eye with the stump. Robert, that was just such a shame that we lost Robert Schimmel so young. He was a good guy and a very funny man. Fed Fan says, thanks, Big George. Ukla the Mock says, oh, God, what the hell am I listening to? Scratch my retinas out. Okay, what you realize that yeah, I'm gonna leave it. Rye Guy says, there's women in South Dakota? No, not anymore. Fed Fan's here now. That's fair enough, right? I mean,
oh boy,
there's no reason a good woman would stay in South Dakota. All right, let's get back to the football. Now, a lot of people got their hearts broken by the injury to J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins as well, I'm sure. But anybody drafted him was hours later immediately disappointed. And but here's the thing: turns out he's probably not okay with being played. Even though Harbaugh was like, hey, this is just the thing that happens. And he tried to justify, deciding to play him, and the other starters. He got criticized, which is, I think, fair. Turns out Dobbins agrees because somebody tweeted, Taylor Biscotti of the NFL Network says, by the way, it's also the niece of Ravens owner Steve Biscotti, in case you're wondering, says, I just don't understand playing starters in preseason. Can't convince me otherwise. Dobbins liked the tweet. That's going to be an awkward locker room next time he's in it. I guess he won't be in it for another year.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Why is one of the greatest players ever to walk between the chalk lines on a gridiron, Tom Brady, out there enjoying, by the way, at 45, 44 years old is he now?
Very different situation.
Going out there in the third game of a preseason, playing in the first half of that game.
Let me explain. It's all going to be situational. Bruce Arians is looking at this situation. Part of it is, he has a disciplinary sort of edge to him. And he's like, hey, we all play in preseason. Nobody's too special, da-da-da. Okay, that's all fine. And maybe you put Tom Brady in there for a series or two if your offensive line is garbage. Turns out the offensive line for the Buccaneers is pretty good. So Tom Brady, not necessarily in any real danger in that situation. Also, at quarterback, not as injurable a position as running back. Running back, that is, a whole lot of miles being put on those knees and ankles and stuff. Now, I know what you're saying. Some dude could jump over the top and completely obliterate Tom Brady. Well, if there was a chance of that happening, he wouldn't have been in that game. So I know the optics, Randy. Oh, there's Tom Brady. He's out there playing. Why can't Harbaugh play J.K. Dobbins? Well, J.K. Dobbins is in a position where you're not running away from defenders. You're running through, around, or to them. So, yeah, it's a very, very different thing. If you've got a star running back, I don't think I'd play him in preseason. But, your quarterback, as long as your O-line can hold up, there's not as much danger in that.
And also Tom Brady gets banged around a little bit. He doesn't run. That's not what he does.
Collapses.
Tom Brady is a guy who tore his MCL last year and moved so little, nobody noticed. So that's Tom Brady. And on the other hand, you got the Ravens. They're a running football team. That is primarily what they do. And that's running back one. And he gets injured because you're playing him in a game that doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. So
then I don't understand why we have these preseason games. Why don't we just have a couple of weeks of practice, open up the season? Let's go ahead and play football.
Randy, you know the reason. It's not for J.K. Dobbins. It's for the other positions where people are trying to get a job. It's for the coaches to evaluate other potential talent. Your starters, you already know what kind of shape they're in. You know they're starters in practice. You usually don't need a preseason game to decide who the best players are on your team.
We're going to see in 2 weeks, about 10 days, if the Arizona Cardinals needed some more play time.
Well, that's a different situation. That's a squad that hasn't looked good in practice or in preseason. And so they need more work, but I think that could still be done in practice. Now, the Cardinals don't have the kind of O-line that justifies risking the life of Kyler Murray. Different situation. Every team, different situation. The Colts could put out their first line or whatever is left of it because it's been kind of injured lately. They could put out
COVID and them and everything else.
Yeah, their first line of O-line and put any quarterback back there and start to try to evaluate them. So different situations, but when it comes to running back, I got to agree with this Taylor Biscotti. It's like, why risk that in a preseason game? You already know he's running back one, running back 7, 8, or 9, let them show you what maybe they can do, but there's no reason to, risk exactly what happened, John Harbaugh.
I don't know. I think it's just kind of the mentality nowadays. We're just a few days removed from hearing Kyler Murray say, "I don't like preseason. I'd rather practice. I don't like to play preseason. Stupid."
Yeah, probably not something you want to say out loud. Maybe that's just something you tell your buddies. I hate this. I hate preseason, but whatever. Yeah, that is not something to probably tell the press. But if the Cardinals had a great O-line, yeah, there's no problem having Kyler Murray go out there and play half of a game. There's no problem trying to bring in some other backup quarterbacks to try to see what you got with the first team. It really depends on the team and the condition of the players and the condition of the O-line. And
well, I got to tell you, I mean, in this current kind of philosophy, J.K. Dobbins being running back one, guess what? A left tackle one, left guard one, center one, right guard one, tight end one, all of those guys. None of those guys are going to play if it's up to guys like J.K. Dobbins and Kyler Murray.
The Rams
Nobody's going to play. Everybody's going to sit. Hey, you 3s and 4s, get your ass out there.
That's really what it should be, Randy. That's what preseason should be. Auditioning for the job, but also making sure your coaches are all on the same page in communication and game management and being able to move your guys on and off the field at the right amount of time. Maybe kickers should definitely be playing in every preseason game. There's certain positions that can. There's other positions where you're like, all right, you're good. Let's give these other guys a chance. I think that's probably what she means and what J.K. Dobbins was hitting the like button for. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. You don't want us to all get all damn soft and stuff. I appreciate that.
But the guy tore his ACL, so he's not soft.
We'll talk more about this when we come back. It's the Daily Bender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Mortgage rates keep dropping. Whether you're looking to reduce your payments, pull cash out, or shorten your term, take advantage of District Lending's new lower rates. 15-year fixed rates as low as 1.99% APR and 30-year fixed rates as low as 2.49% APR. Call or text 480-694-7890 or check out districtlending.com/rates. That's districtlending.com/rates. NMLS 183-5285, Equal Housing Lender. Mortgage rate subject to change. This is not a commitment to lend.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Your favorite radio station.
And now you're up to date on the news. Stand by for weather and traffic right after this.
It wakes you up, starts your day, and keeps you informed as well as entertained.
You guys are absolutely the best.
How do you like to work here?
At The Fanatic, we're looking for commissioned sales reps to knock on doors, set up appointments, and extol the benefits of advertising with your favorite radio station. Send your resume to jobs at 1580thefanatic.com.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
Are you looking for a rewarding new career? Join the United States Postal Service and apply for roles nationwide. Serve your community with pride and receive benefits, including competitive pay and opportunities for advancement. Whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal positions, we have options that may be perfect for you. The United States Postal Service is an equal opportunity employer. Apply now at usps.com/careers.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down.
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm a good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside my heterosexual life partner, Randy White. We got Keon Rose pushing the buttons, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Okay. So, J.K. Dobbins broke your hearts. Really sorry to hear that, but we're all going to have to move on. And do you think he's thinking that maybe John Harbaugh won't be there next year? Because he liked the tweet that a gal with the NFL Network says, I just don't understand playing starters in the preseason. Can't convince me otherwise. And he likes that tweet. So you got to imagine that's going to make it a little awkward between him and John Harbaugh, next year when he tries to come back.
Just depends on what the relationship is like. If he's got that kind of relationship where he would tell John Harbaugh to his face, Coach, you shouldn't have played me, then him liking the tweet's not that big a deal.
Yeah, and it's also the niece of the owner's daughter saying this. So I'm curious now is what Steve Biscotti may have to say about all of this. But, I mean, that's between them. It's none of our business. That's not our thing. But it does bring up an interesting point. There's two ways of looking at it. One, preseason is the time you get out there. It's a dress rehearsal. And, you see how your players are doing, make sure you're all on the same page and that, you're going to have a good team when week 1 actually starts. Other people say, no, you got to keep those starters safe. The ones that are in the high violence positions, maybe don't play them. If you're worried that you got a quarterback, we don't want him killed. Our O-line may not stop these guys. You have to be smart about what you do. And I think every team is a different situation. That's why you see, like we said, Bruce Arians throwing Tom Brady and the Buccaneers out there. Well, they keep him upright. And then also, you're right. Tom Brady, he don't run away. He just collapses like a fainting goat.
Well, but I think Tom Brady wants to be out there with the ones. He wants to have a dress rehearsal.
Yeah,
this is the last opportunity before it's for real. And Tom Brady hates to lose, and he hates to go onto a field, and he hates to lose because of being unprepared.
Let me ask you, did he get sacked during preseason? Did anybody actually put a body on him?
I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
I would be stunned if they did. And if they do, I bet every video sees him just sort of crumple to the ground going, "Don't hurt me."
And I get and I understand and I hear what they're saying about high violence players, guys that get out there and get injured because they're a running back. There's got to be a better way to do this because I'm a believer is the last preseason game of the preseason. I think all the ones need to get out there for at least a quarter. Just to get, like Kyler Murray says, just to get your rhythm going, just to get out there and see what everybody's doing.
888-368-1580. Scratch Me Because says, now that J.K. Dobbins is out for the season, maybe you can write some more of those Harry Potter books. Yeah, he hasn't written one in a while. It's kind of weird. Fish Tank says, I bet Dobbins has zero problem with playing until he got hurt. Well, listen, maybe it's a thing where he just does what he's told, but then he sees somebody say, yeah, maybe they shouldn't do that. And he's like, you're right, click.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to be the whiny guy. The coach says you're playing tonight, so he's not going to, I'm not going to play. He plays, but then he tears his ACL.
Tell you what, though, liking a tweet can get you in trouble. We've seen that happen in every level of society. People you like a tweet, whatever your motivations are, now you're endorsing an idea or a thought or something, and it could definitely get you in trouble. Ukul Lamak says, why don't we put nets around the football players, huh, Randy?
Yeah, probably those blow up crash bags that you see in the cars. Just inflate those babies and put them on these football players.
I don't know, if a guy tears his ACL, doesn't he have a point? He's the best running back on the team. He's just coming off of a rookie season where he was incredible. And you already know he's good. He's playing a game that doesn't mean anything. Like if he tears his ACL, tears his ACL in week 1, at least maybe he scored a touchdown for you or got 100 yards for you that you can use to win game 1. This doesn't do anything. You just lost your best running back in a game with nothing on the line.
Yeah. I get it. But how many times have we seen a team just be absolutely sloppy and fall apart and get off to a rocky start because they're not prepared?
Yeah, you know what, though? That's a lot practice, more than it is preseason. Preseason is to make sure you got your preparation right. Practice is where you get it all done.
And they were playing the Washington football team, which is a team that is outside of their conference. So the scrimmages are actually... Well, okay, true.
Sorry, I know you're a fan, but I'm sorry. They're a sad team.
But their defense is actually a really good defense. And the thing about the scrimmages is that you actually play your real defense in the scrimmage because it's not on tape. No one else in the league can see it. Right. So you're actually playing the better defense in the scrimmage than in the preseason game.
I got their defense on my fantasy team. Look out the rest of you.
Yeah, well, you
by the way,
that for me too.
I sent the Siege an email saying that he needs to grade the Premier League for the Daily Blender Fantasy Football because there was some glitch and NFL Network never gave us an evaluation of our draft. And even though guys know that it's all garbage, it's just some computer, you know what I mean? It's just some computer that's evaluating your draft that doesn't mean anything. So we're going to get Siege to take a look at ours, our fantasy football expert, and let us know when we talk to him on Thursday what he thinks. But right now, we have no idea who really had a good draft. I think I did. I think I had a pretty good draft for 9th pick, you know?
Yeah, you ended up with a really good team.
Not bad. Not bad. I don't want to listen. I learned my lesson last year. I got all kinds of cocky and I was like, whoa, look at this team. It's amazing. And I was talking garbage to Rosalie Michaels. I was like, I'm going to spank you both games. And no, I just went down in flames.
No,
my team was great, but everybody else was greater in every given week. That was the worst. So I am now respectful to the football universe, and I shall not jinx myself this year. Hey, we have a new texter here on the text line. New texter. It's 3605 saying, if the games don't mean nothing, why do I got to pay for them? If I'm a season ticket holder, I pay for something, I want some value back.
Right.
No, I understand. I think you have to pay half price just to watch practice.
It ought to be just a flat rate, $20 to get in, sit wherever you want to. $20.
I like that. You have a full house.
You go watch the game. The owners are going to make money. You're not going to see your A's or your ones out there all the time. It's just like a spring training game.
Yeah.
You wouldn't charge full boat for a spring training game out here. Good heavens.
The smartest thing a team could do is exactly what Randy said. $20 a ticket. First come, first serve. Go sit where you can. You fill the seats till they're filled. And it would be huge. You'd have a sellout. You'd make way more money than you would otherwise. But for a season ticket holder, you shouldn't have to pay for preseason.
No, what it seems like is that they're actually holding the real games hostage and just forcing you to pay for games you clearly don't want.
Yeah. So, hey, 3605, welcome to the Daily Blender. And if you need some help with a texter nickname, we're happy to help you. But this is the one time in your entire life you get to pick your own nickname. You get that nowhere else on the planet but here. So whatever that badass nickname is you always wish you'd had, rather than Lumpy Drawers or whatever they called you in junior high, this is your moment. 888-368-1580. Cohen's Kiddo says, the person rating the fantasy drafts is about as real as Bishop Sycamore High School and Mantateo's girlfriend.
Yeah,
it's just a computer algorithm.
Yeah.
But when Siege does it for us, this is a guy who has won about, I think I saw like 16, 17 championships in fantasy football. This is a guy who knows his stuff. This is what he does for a living. So I'm really interested to see how he evaluates our drafting.
I'm excited about it too.
Yeah. Moist One says, J.K. Dobbins, by the way, he unliked the tweet too. Well, probably because he realized, whoops.
Yeah, well, because people started reacting to it, and you go, okay, well.
He's like, oh, damn, people are watching what I do? Why? Oh, I wish I'd realized that earlier. He probably went back and unliked a whole lot of other stuff, too, if you know what I mean.
That's probably smart.
Click. Baby Got Dak says, Belichick plays all his starters in the preseason, by the way. Yeah, for a moment. Some people will. There's a different reasons for playing people in preseason, and, it's not all philosophies are the same.
Yeah, you got some teams like the Chiefs, like the Patriots, a lot of new players, especially on the offensive line. You got to get that chemistry up. But there are teams like, I don't know, the Ravens, who have been doing the same thing for the last 2 years with the same players. What do you have to prove? What are you trying to figure out?
Yeah. Scratch Me Because says Arizona Cardinals place Malcolm Butler on the retired list. Are they hoping that whatever is going on, they can talk him out of it? Is that what is being on the retired list? That means, can you unretire? I mean, what happens with this guy if he decides to come back?
You can unretire, but you basically are on the retired list so that if you decide to unretire, that team has your rights. So you can't just retire and then go, hey, you know what? I want to win a Super Bowl. I'm going back to New England. No, you can't do that.
All right.
Our old friend Shane Dale tweeted out just a couple of minutes ago, excited for Malcolm Butler to be inducted into the Cardinals Ring of Honor for his sensational training camp and preseason performances.
That's good.
I knew you would like that when I saw that. So.
That's nice. Big George says, I don't understand why football players are such a whiny little bitches about playing in the preseason. Oh, slow down, Big George. He says in other sports, the players all play in spring training. The big players may only play a few innings, but they'll play and they don't complain. It sucks when they get injured, but that's part of the game. I don't know if anybody's being whiny bitches. I didn't hear J.K. Dobbins say a word about this. And I don't know if I've heard a whole lot of players say much about this, but it is something that we observe. Maybe not the best idea to play a starter who you already know is fine, is shown you in practice. They're still good. They don't need this. let's bring somebody else in for evaluation in the evaluation games. Preseason, it's not even the word. It should be the evaluation games. Silly Wabbit says, I like it when you do little impressions about Kyler Murray. Well, I've never done one about Kyler Murray, small or otherwise. Boogie says, if Jeffrey banned people for saying or doing disagreeable things, I've been banned a long time ago, maybe years ago. He says, by the way, I drafted Edwards Saturday night. I also liked the tweet. 888-368-1580. Yeah. He said, Moist One says, they called me Lumpy Drawers because I've got elephantitis of the testicles.
Hello.
No, that's a true story. I've met him. Yeah. Now it explains why. I thought you just kind of had like where fat but had a butt in front. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That old thing. Yeah.
Hello.
Turns out he's got giant testicles. Huh. Never knew that. Jessica Tip says being on the retired list also means the Cardinals honor paying his contract for the season. For real? They'll still pay him for being retired? No. You retire, they don't got to pay you.
I do believe that they can. They don't have to, but they can.
Oh, okay. Can is different than will.
Like Andrew Luck got paid. He didn't have to, but they did.
Why you gotta bring him up? Why you want to? Why you want to do that?
This is the obvious example.
There's probably other examples you could use rather than to break my heart a little bit more. Appreciate it.
I'm sorry.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the injuries out there. Trey Lance has a small chip in his finger. Oh my God, what they said about the vaccines are right. He's been chipped by Bill Gates. No, never mind. It's a bone chip. Just a bone chip. Sorry. I guess he's got a small chip in his finger. They won't say which finger, which hand, but
it's his throwing hand. It's his right index finger. I saw it happen.
He said there's no way of knowing which hand it is. Kyle Shanahan said there's no way of knowing, and even Randy White doesn't know.
Yeah.
But it's a small chip in his hand. I'm not going to say which finger it is. He says it's one of his 5. Well, that's wrong. Boy, Shanahan's a dope.
Well, because
you get 4 fingers on a hand and a thumb, Shanahan, not 5. Dope. Oh, these 49ers are going to win a game, are they, Randy?
I hope not.
Not with that.
I hope they lose every damn one of them.
Not with their anatomically dopey coach.
Listen, if he can't count fingers, how can you count on him? Ooh, there's an attack ad. We should run some attack ads.
You can't count fingers. How can you count on him?
Yeah. Whatever. You're probably right. It's not something. I guess they say he jammed it on a helmet or something.
Yeah.
Which does that not mean that it's the throwing hand?
Yeah.
I don't think they'd worry so much about the other one.
I saw it happen. It's a minor injury. He's got a whole week before he has to. These guys were talking about leaving camp now to spend several days with their family before they come back and get ready for the season. So this is the perfect week for this to happen. He'll be fine.
Is he starting? Is he the starting quarterback? He was just probably about to be announced as the starting quarterback over Jimmy Garoppolo, right?
We don't know. It's a mystery. They're going to play
that's right.
Quarterback in San Francisco. You never know who is going to mount up behind the center.
You all have one quarterback? Oh, we feel sorry for you. We've got 2 in San Francisco. We're better than you.
Mystery quarterback.
Remember everybody was trying to convince me the 49ers were Super Bowl bound? Who was that? Who was that, Phil? Who was trying to convince me of that nonsense?
Well, Phil was pretty high on the 49ers.
Well, the Niners are capable of it. They've had the worst injury luck the last couple of years, but I mean, they're a really good team.
But George Kittle will have a career season this year because he's on my team.
Who's going to throw to him, Randy? Who's going to throw to him?
One of the mystery quarterbacks.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Either Jimmy G or Trey Lance or perhaps a guest quarterback.
Cam Newton.
Maybe.
Ooh. Deshaun Watson.
Ooh.
Josh Rosen.
It's a mystery quarterback.
The truth is out there.
Tim Tebow.
And in a shocking move, the 49ers bring in Tim Tebow.
How about Ben DiNucci? He's not doing nothing. Yeah, Cowboys let him go.
He's available.
Yeah. Go get him.
He's joining a longtime Phoenix Afternoon radio squad.
Selling Toyotas.
Yeah.
Not really getting listeners much, but selling Toyotas. All right, moving on. Juju Smith-Schuster, by the way. Hey, here's a kid. They got to take his phone away from him. They just take the phone away from Juju Smith-Schuster because now he's doing that dumb things. He's doing things that are risky. Hey, so you got the Juju Smith-Schuster. He does like a Instagram dancing on a logo. Well, that just pisses off the defense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And he's doing this and that. And they say, hey, Juju, knock it off, man. And you think he would have learned from Antonio Brown when Antonio Brown was Instagramming Mike Tomlin's speech in the locker room. And they're like, what the hell, man? Don't do that. So maybe you know better, Juju Smith-Schuster. I like this kid. He's a good kid. But this would anger everybody. The following people should be angered by the following thing I'm going to tell you. One, the Steelers.
Okay.
Coaches, the owner, everybody. Fans, all the fans.
Okay.
His doctor.
His
mom.
Oh, boy.
His grandma, if she's
his
around.
grandma.
Everybody should be upset with them for this, for going up on the milk crates and doing the milk crate challenge.
Oh, no.
That's a good way to end up getting hurt, man.
Why would Grammy get mad at him about that?
Because it's unsafe. Listen, if you're the team, you don't want to see one of your star receivers break something, a wrist, an arm, a leg, whatever, your head, doing the milk crate challenge. That thing gets up there pretty high, and it's not safe. Now, Blue, the mascot for the Colts, he did it in surprisingly easy fashion.
Yeah, I saw that. That was strange.
Juju Smith-Schuster, pretty damn wobbly. Not very, of course, towards the end, he was like, you could see his career going before his eyes. He's like kind of bent over going very carefully, trying to get down from that thing. He wasn't crazy at the end, but this is a bad idea for anybody to do the milk crate challenge. But, I know you're thinking, well, Juju Smith-Schuster's an athlete. He should be able to go through that quick. Well, yeah, or falls off, breaks a wrist, breaks an arm, breaks his head, or all the other. And then now what? It's a non-football injury.
Which is worse than being injured in the preseason.
All the above, a bad idea. Everybody should be mad at anybody who cares about Juju Smith-Schuster. Should be shame on you, Juju. Stay off the damn milk crates. Milk crates aren't for running up and down. They're for stealing and putting in your apartment when you're 19 and building a really sweet looking entertainment center.
From experience.
How would you know about that?
What's the statute of limitation on that kind of thing?
How old are you now?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Long enough.
Yeah, I went and I found some. They were gray and they were perfect. And I remember this was before flat screen TVs. I had a big.
You found some.
Yeah, they were right there.
Yeah,
where they'd left
there.
And it was amazing. Yeah, I don't remember what happened to that. Oh, that was awesome. Oh, that's what I know. What happened? A girlfriend came along and was like, "That's got to go." Yeah, that's what happened there. But still, that was a manly entertainment center.
I bet.
Anyways, back to the point. Shame on you, Juju Smith-Schuster. Be smarter than that. That's all I'm saying.
Consider your fantasy owners and Steelers.
Oh, yeah. Fantasy football. They don't care about fantasy football teams.
No.
Players shouldn't either. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, guys, come on back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
As a dentist, I know what my patients are saying. She says her gums are irritated. Is there anything you can do? You can try new Crest Advanced Gum Restore. It detoxifies below the gum line to restore your gums back to health in just 7 days.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And after hearing about all the success these other guys have had here at the radio station with Valley Medical Weight Loss, I finally joined in, and man, am I glad I did. I'm already seeing results. What's great about Valley Medical Weight Loss is how easy they make it to lose weight at any one of their 3 Valley locations, and they help you customize a plan that works for your lifestyle and, more importantly, your wallet. Get with them today and see what program works best for you. Mention Fanatic, you'll get your first week free. Check them out at valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Football is starting soon, and your exclusive home for the NFL and Super Bowl 56. The Fanatic wants to make your business a part of the action. Advertise your business on all the primetime NFL games, Monday, Thursday, and Sunday during the regular season. Here's the game plan. Your custom-produced radio commercial will air 2, even 3 times in every game. Plus, your business is branded during dozens of weekly NFL promos on the station, stream, app, and website. And you'll get commercial reads live during our morning and afternoon drive shows each week promoting your business. Don't forget about special teams. Your business gets 5 extra daily spots throughout the week and matching spots on our live stream website and on the 1580 The Fanatic Sports app. Plus, Plus, you can play defense against your competition and lock them out with our category exclusive option play. All this for the best deal ever. Now, even your small business can play with the pros. Go to 1580thefanatic.com for all the info and details. Is your business ready for football season? Go to 1580thefanatic.com and get in the game today.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time by visiting nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's time again for the Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Pick'em Contest. Send your picks each week to see if you are this year's Cascade picker. Sign up at 1580thefanatic.com. Play against the Fanatic Air Staff and all the listeners. You can score the grand prize of $1,580 or the second place prize of $500. Provided by our friends at Harman Solar. Sign up today at 1580thefanatic.com. The Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. Exclusively from your home for the NFL and Super Bowl 56 in Arizona.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And yes, tomorrow we got ASU football tickets to give away. Yep, the morning show we'll have them between 6 and 10 a.m. Big Steve, the main event, we'll have them at 1 p.m. Then, of course, we'll have them at 3 p.m. as well. So, yep, parking tickets, I guess, with ours and the morning shows. And, you listen all day long, you've got yourself a pretty good chance of winning some tickets to go see ASU host South Utah.
I believe it's number 25 ranked ASU, is it not?
Let me take a look here. You are correct.
Where is ASU ranked?
25. They are, wow, that's awesome. 25 in the nation? Seriously? Or just in the Pac-12?
No, in the nation.
That was a joke.
Yeah,
got me. 12. Is it? All right, fine. 888-368-1580. Now, I never know what to think when I see Moist One text in.
Oh, yeah.
He says Lions released both of their kickers. How?
No, I haven't seen that. I've been on the social medias. I have not seen that.
How do you release both your kickers, Moist One? Let's see. Mr. Pink Eye says, Jeffrey, would you rather have Cam as a Colts quarterback or Phil back in the control room?
Wow.
When can Cam start? Let's see. FedFan says milk crates make great furniture. Hefty Lefty says, I missed the Tide Pod challenge. It was getting rid of the dumb people. The only drawback is it made getting detergent more difficult than, razors from my beard. Jagdog says, I know he sent me a picture. Another meme. That is so funny. All right, I'll tell you what. I will grab that later and post it myself. It's a picture of both Mack Jones and Cam Newton with their shirts off, and it says one of these two is starting quarterback in the NFL. The other one doesn't have a job. Mack Jones that looks like me, but with no hair. Basically, Mack Jones right in that photo is me with no hair.
He's a little doughy.
Yeah,
Mack Jones.
You just call me fat.
Mack.
The hell, man.
Mack Jones.
Well, I just said that's me with no hair, and you say doughy. The first words out of your mouth are doughy.
Hold on, because Mack Jones has a bit of a dad bod, but you're a dad, and Mack Jones.
You just said I have a dad bod. It's the same as calling me fat.
No, in Keon's defense, he's never seen you with your shirt off. I suggest you strip down bare chest right now.
You don't actually have to.
I would right now.
You got the wrong guy, man. I'm not taking my shirt off.
I know damn good and well I'm doughy. If I take this shirt off right now, you guys will see all natural.
Yeah, if we both took our shirts off, somebody'd say, wow, we can make some nice pizzas out of that if it weren't so hairy. A lot of dough on the screen.
Well, let's put it this way, guys. Not a lot of hair on this because grass don't grow on a playground, boys.
I thought when Phil left, it would be less awkward.
And yet here we are. By the way, Lions did release both of their kickers. They had two, Randy Bullock, Zane Gonzalez, both gone.
Well, Zane Gonzalez, that is hilarious. He used to kick for the Cardinals, or sort of. Scratch Me Because says, does anyone know for sure why Malcolm Butler got benched during that Super Bowl? Yeah, you know what? I never heard the real reason that Belichick did that. I'm sure it was some disciplinary thing, which kind of cost Bill Belichick a Super Bowl, if you ask a lot of people. You got to have your best guy on the field, and they certainly didn't in that game. Maybe Belichick bet against the Patriots.
I don't know that that's something that Belichick would do, because betting can be fun.
That cheating bastard? Of course he would.
But that's not cheating to bet against your own team. At least not cheating. He would cheat for the Patriots. I don't think that he would cheat betting wise. And also, betting can be fun. And Bill Belichick, not about the fun.
Betting can be fun. Not in my world. Every time I bet, I lose money.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's no fun.
I'm a lot of fun. I'm a barrel of monkeys, Keon.
I'm sorry, Bill. Didn't realize that you were so thrilling.
I'm such fun guy. I'm a mushroom. See, I made a joke there, Keon. Don't interrupt it.
Okay, I'm just saying a party.
Let it simmer. Let it breathe.
Kawhi Leonard, must be
see, because I'm a fun guy. It's mushroom. Just
Bill, any joke you have to explain, it's not a joke.
Yeah, all right.
Big George says, Randy, did you see Ketel Marte's grand slam yesterday against the Padres?
Ketel Marte, and yeah, he's been batting over 400 in the last, I think, 11 games.
Randy, it's pronounced Kettle. It's Ketel Marte.
I believe the vodka is Kettle, and I believe the player is Ketel.
Agree to disagree.
Okay.
George says he single-handedly tried to get the Diamondbacks back into that game, but the rally fell short. Boom, Diamondbacks lose.
It's been that kind of year, George.
You think they'll lock him up long-term, or are you gonna, the Diamondbacks are going to risk losing him?
They already have. I would assume that in a season as miserable and dismal as this one has been, you would have seen Ketel move, but he was on the IL when the trade deadline came around. Most teams weren't wanting to pick up a guy that and let's be honest, he's got an injury history. He's a bit fragile, but the guy's a wonderful player. I don't know what they're going to do. I'll be honest with you. I can't figure this out. I can't figure this team out. I have a feeling you're going to see a house cleaning event that's going to happen on right after the season ends.
Is there a reason they didn't do that already, where they could have made some bigger moves?
Why they can't do anything right now? You've got free agency coming up this offseason. You got the winter meetings where some big deals can take place. You don't have anybody right now you can bring in to be a manager. Let Torey Lovello finish it out, and then you should start right now searching for your front office and your coaching staff. If that's the way they choose to go, the ownership group chooses to go. I don't even know if that's what they're going to do. If it were me, that's what I would do. If I own this ball club and they underproduced and showed up this year in the west of the NL, we're going to have to make some changes.
Good Cat says, I know you said this earlier, Jeffrey, but I swear nobody in Arizona knows how to drive when it rains. Yeah. For Albert, it's sweet and boldly sweet. Baby Jesus, can't please somebody learn how to drive when it's raining. I don't know what most of that last part just meant, but yes, everybody be careful out there because the other people in the other cars are bad at driving. I'm sure it's not you. Bruno Baller says, I'm sure the Phoenix Suns could use another guy named Cam. He is 6'5".
That's true.
He is flamboyant like an NBA player.
Sure. Cheese Coles Burner says, you release both kickers because you're the Detroit Lions. That's what you do. People are saying, how amazing would it be if they actually go into the season with no kicker? No kicker at all. We're not punting. Oh, there's going to be no field goal.
Are we going to go for two every time?
Damn straight we are.
Why not?
Damn straight we are.
You know what? That is a Dan Campbell kind of move. He's a tough guy.
This is going to be the shortest coaching reign ever. Fed Fan says, again, why do I listen to this? Ukalamak says, oh, dear God, don't take your shirts off. I'm watching on YouTube. Boomer Sooner says, Randy, stop trying to make excuses for the Diamondbacks. They are horribly run. They have been for years, ever since they won the Fluke World Series. Get real, Diamondbacks.
That was no fluke, my friend.
Sorry, bro.
That was no fluke, my friend.
That was back when they were trying.
We bought and paid for that damn World Series, and don't you forget it.
You had Randy Johnson on that team. How's that a fluke?
Randy Johnson, Kurt Schilling. It was
a loaded team.
Yeah.
Boogie, who is a Detroit Lions fan, says, here's why they did that. Getting rid of the 2 kickers, because they knew they didn't care for either kicker. They can carry one more player and then cut someone next week when they decide what player to cut. Then they'll actually sign an actual kicker. What they're basically doing is extending the preseason evaluation period. Does that BS make sense to you?
Yes. Okay, but don't you need a kicker? I mean, this is a league where most games are determined by 2 to 3 points, and you're just saying you're okay grabbing any old kicker off the street right before the season starts?
That seems to be the strategy nowadays.
Okay.
What I really appreciate is Boogie's typo. He says, it's true. Detroit doesn't have a kicker on their roster right now. They have a printer, Fox. I think he meant punter. So the idea that is it a dot matrix printer? Are they going to run it out there? And it hits the ball. I mean, that would be amazing. Boomer Sooner says, well, there we go. Mission accomplished. Stir him up for a second. That's what we do. Good Cat says, damn voice text. I meant to say that it was all that is sweet and holy. But for Albert, it's sweet and boldly and sweet. Yeah, that didn't. Yeah, listen, I appreciate you using voice text and not actually using your fingers. Do not text the show while you're driving in the rain or any other time, peoples. Kiss the Cook says, and the coat hanger and the helmet. Yeah, it made your ears and your brain ring. Yeah, it's an undescribable sound that when they'd hit you in the top of the helmet like that.
Well, okay then.
He says, by the way, I love my natural dad bod. Took me 38 years to achieve it. Yep. Yeah, mine didn't show up until my early 40s, right in time to meet my wife. Of course, that means that she's used to me being spongy. So she liked me then. She should really like me now. Boogie says they might sing one of the guys they had on the roster. Boogie, you got to straighten out your texting.
They might sign one of the guys.
Would you like to kick a ball for the Lions?
What the hell?
Gonna be a lot of punting, not so many extra pointing. Would you like to kick a ball for the Lions? Oh, we're never gonna have the offense close enough to kick a field goal. All you're gonna ever have to do is punt the ball. Never gonna be an extra point or a field goal. So if you can punt the ball, you have a job. There, I think they'll sing one of the guys.
They have a punter already on the roster.
Well, no, they have a printer by the name of Fox. According to Boogie's bad typing.
Okay.
Yeah. Big George says Boogie is, yes, a fan of the lowly Detroit Lions, while Moist One is a fan of the Seattle Mariners. Seems like the Fourth Dimension is full of people who cheer for some really bad baseball teams.
Hey, the Mariners are third place right now in their division. So
Boogie, you give up on spelling. So that wasn't like just thumb problem. That you really think that's how that's spelled?
Oh boy.
Reading is fundamental. Boomer Sooner says on the top of the helmet with your chin strap, ring, ring, ring. Yep, that's right. All right. So where were we? Hefty Lefty has some medical information. It says my doctor said that I had pre-dad bod when I was 6. Damn me and my liking food.
Wow.
Kiss the Cook says, wait, what the hell? Mack Jones is Jared Jones's grandson? What? Is that true?
I've never heard that before. And with the amount of Alabama football I've watched in my life, if that was at all true, they would have mentioned it 16 times a broadcast.
Yeah, you're right. That's the only thing that Joe Buck would ever talk about. So let's talk about Dolphins owner Stephen Ross. And now evidently he wants Deshaun Watson pretty bad, which means, like we said, he has no soul.
Yeah.
But what happened today? They said there's no way it was going to happen before 4:00 if it was going to happen at all. It did not happen. So has there been any movement, any news on the Deshaun Watson going to the Dolphins front? I love how quiet he is when he's reading and scrolling. He doesn't even give you like, oh, hold on a second. I'm looking. And he just sits there and quietly.
Well, no, you ask a question. I was about to come back to you. What on the Dolphins front?
Were you not even listening?
I can't read and listen at the same time. I'm sorry.
You're going to have to develop that skill quick.
Because I was looking up the Mac Jones thing just to make sure I was incorrect.
By the way, are you correct or incorrect? Is he related to Jerry Jones?
He's related.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding. But not Mac Jones, Arkansas quarterback. There's an Arkansas quarterback related to Jerry Jones who's getting the start.
Okay, so not Mac Jones from the Patriots.
No.
All right. Well, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Can you clear your head? Is this like every time I'm going to have to restart your computer just before I ask you the next question? Like the Dolphins, has there been any movement on Deshaun Watson being traded to the Dolphins?
No, there has been no movement.
How do you know that? You're not even looking at your computer.
Well, because I read this one earlier. I was looking into it because I'm following that story because I want to see where it goes.
No.
And no, there hasn't been any movement on that particular front.
All right. Thank you. Don't get all snippy. Good Cat says, hooked on phonics. Worked for me. Moist One says, oh, really, Big George? Well, I can't wait to beat your ass in the Premier League. Oh, wait. You're not there. Well, that had nothing to do with baseball.
That was just smugness.
Big George says, Jeffrey, have you determined who the third person was behind Boogie and Phil's vulgar pictures? I think it was Boogie's kid. So I don't want to talk about that. Tuck says, people in the past could read and listen at the same time, Keon. Just saying.
Okay. I mean, I could hear the outline of your question. I didn't hear the specifics of it. I'm sorry. I don't understand and Phil wasn't doing any reading while he was listening because he wasn't looking anything up. I was in here with him.
It's kind of Keon's first week, really, solo. Why don't you guys give him a break?
My problem, I'm not trying to be snippy with you, but I'll literally be waiting for you to ask me a question. And then the moment I turn my head to confirm something, then you ask me a question. And I'm like, God,
that's your problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a whole lot your problem. Yeah.
I'm not blaming you. I'm just grouchy about it.
You best sort it out there. That's all I got to say. Well, we know something about the Deshaun Watson. We'll tell you, but don't forget, he's still probably a dirtbag. And whoever takes him is going to be seen as, oh, you support dirtbags. And Brian Flores, he says, I have no comment on Deshaun Watson, but we're very confident in Tua Tagovailoa. So confident you're trying to get Deshaun Watson. No, I get it. That's fine. Whatever works there. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, I've got Big George's sports history and I don't know what else. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
If you're considering refinancing or getting a home loan, listen up. This is Dale Hellestray, and when you need a mortgage, the team I use is led by my good friend, Jeff Locks. And here's why. Jeff and his team negotiate with over 50 lenders to find the best possible deal. Your home has gone way up in value over the past year, so why not utilize your home equity to reduce your monthly expenses or even pay off some debts? Interest rates are still at all-time lows, and if you obtained your current mortgage prior to 2020, you can save a lot of money. Here's the best part. There's absolutely no lender fees. Jeff is truly Arizona's low-cost lender with over 30 years of experience. So call Jeff Locks, and if Jeff can't save you money, you'll get a free $50 Amazon gift card. This is a winning play, so call Jeff today, 480-202-0692. That's 480-202-0692.
Jeff Locks, NMLS number 1003782, National Mortgage License number 181106, Bear Financial Group, AZMB-09047774, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Are you looking for a rewarding new career? Join the United States Postal Service and apply for roles nationwide. Serve your community with pride and receive benefits, including competitive pay and opportunities for advancement. Whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal positions, we have options that may be perfect for you. The United States Postal Service is an equal opportunity employer. Apply now at USPS.com/careers.
Summertime tips from Paul, Kristen, and Dexter at Total Wine and More.
Topping your burger with grilled onions and blue cheese? Take it to the next level with Carbon Cabernet Reserve, rated 92 points, an incredible value.
And nothing beats a buttery Chardonnay with grilled corn on the cob.
Feeling adventurous? Come on in. Let's try a smoky mezcal for mind-blowing margaritas.
Now you can order delivery for as low as $4.99 for a limited time. Find out if your area qualifies at TotalWine.com. Drink responsibly, B21.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Whoa. Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Woohoo! Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to acretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's acretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
We know how it goes. You can't always tune in and hear your favorite shows and hosts.
Dude, look, I'm a loser. Okay?
It's cool, bro. That's why we post podcasts of your favorite shows and hosts. Listen when you want to. Listen on demand.
That is great and frankly kind of amazing.
Go to 1580thefanatic.com to download.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. We got college football for you on Saturday. LSU is at UCLA. That's 7 p.m. Saturday. We also have AIA football for you. St. Mary is taking on Brophy Prep at 7 p.m. this Friday night, right after the race setup with Randy White. By the way, Randy, so you're looking ahead here in the week.
Yep.
What do you got planned for the race setup on Friday?
Well, the playoff 16 has been set. It was an exciting finish to the Daytona race this past weekend, and there's more excitement ahead as we head to the Traditions track of Darlington this weekend for the first race in the playoffs. So we'll get you all set up for that. We'll talk to Jeff Striegel on the phone from MRN, and Chief and I will break it down for you Friday night and Saturday morning on the race setup.
Break it down now. Break it down.
Break it down.
Break it down. All right. Okay. So we only have this segment left. So let's make it count.
Okay.
All right, Keon, what do you got for us?
What do you mean? What do I got for
We
you?
asked you at the beginning of the show what your contribution was going to be to the program. We thought that by now, 3 hours later, you'd have something for
Okay,
us.
well, you want to, go do the radio thing, bring it back around. Just.
You thought we were kidding, Randy, that we actually expect him to earn the money, right?
I didn't think you were kidding. What
we don't do back-arounds here. Phil,
no,
Phil's
reach
gone.
rounds.
We no longer do
reach. We don't do reach rounds.
Wow. Okay,
Is
I
it
wasn't
reach rounds?
asking.
Yeah, we
for
don't
one
do
of
reach
those.
rounds.
Yeah,
He was always asking for reach rounds. We don't do that.
Never anticipated that you would do that. Didn't
No.
ask for it. Didn't exactly want it. So
All right.
we'll
Stop
be okay.
stalling, Keon. What do you can contribute to this show?
Look, my specialties outside of sports. We've got movie and TV reviews.
No, nobody cares about that.
Nobody cares.
Nobody
about
cares
that?
what you think.
Okay.
About that.
Well, that's unfortunate.
That's all you got?
That's what I got.
That was your idea?
That was my idea. What do you mean culinary art?
You have
No,
any
You can't
culinary
even
arts?
grill. What do you want to ask him for?
I make a delicious curry. I don't grill, but I can.
Wait, you make curry?
Yeah.
Like chicken curry? But
chicken curry.
You basically just buy stuff from the store and mix it up. So that's not you making a curry.
No,
Isn't that
I
the
can.
way you do
I
it?
can make a curry.
That's a good point, Randy. No, you got me on that one.
That's,
I was hoping you'd add a segment to the Daily Blender radio show that it was relevant to, sports or something.
Well, you said, I didn't realize it had to be relevant to sports because you're like, well, Randy does the weather. What do you contribute? And then
whoa. Hey, Randy is a professional broadcaster, and the people ask for the weather report.
I am not.
Nobody asked you for your opinions on Gilmore Girls.
I am. Well, first off,
Nobody asked you.
Secondly, I respect Randy's weather. I am not putting that down in any way.
Seemed like you were. Sounded like a little bit like
I'm
you were.
saying you said Randy does the weather, which is not necessarily related to sports. So I thought,
talking about?
Are you kidding me? They're not playing in New Orleans because of what? Is it COVID or is it called a hurricane? Yeah, weather has a lot to do with sports. Is it going to snow in that game? Is it going to be in the high altitude of Denver? Is there going to be rain and we're going to lose our baseball field? Is it? See where I'm going here, Keon?
Yes.
So before you point out the thorn in Randy's eye, you should take the plank out of your own. That's biblical.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Clearly.
Wow. I'm going to sit
back. I'm not even, there's no thorn in Randy's eye. I was not trying to suggest that what Randy did.
Biblically, it was a splinter, but still.
Yeah.
So what do you got, Keon?
I still don't have anything.
Damn you.
I don't have anything.
3 hours. 3 hours and you come up with a TV review.
I don't know. I don't know what you're asking of me. I have no idea. You're just like, what are you going to contribute? Left it open-ended as all get out and then walked off. I have nothing. I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want.
I want you to be creative and bring something to the show.
Okay, but you didn't say this to me yesterday.
Let me clear some things up. Let me clear some things up for you, Keon. I don't want you to paint.
No, it's obviously
I don't want
a radio
poetry.
thing. Good to know.
I want it to be about sports.
Right. I just
something.
You didn't say last night when we were emailing, hey, Keon, when you bring something to the show, I could plan a bit, plan a segment. I'm more of a planner. You were just like, hey,
you didn't
right
plan
before
nothing.
the show.
You had like 3 hours.
Of course I didn't plan anything. I've been pushing all the buttons for the show.
Yeah,
have you?
Yes.
Really?
Not maybe in the correct order, but I've been pushing them.
He's been hitting buttons. They may not be the right ones, but he's hitting them, damn it. This is a button.
I know what buttons I'm pushing. Maybe not in the correct order or way, but it's happening. It's all happening.
Let me help you out here, Keon. Perhaps you could do 5-minute headlines.
5 minutes?
5-minute headlines, sports headlines.
Well, 5 minutes is awful lot of headlines.
All right, how about 50 seconds then? 50-second headlines.
How about like just I don't know, top 3 stories every hour?
How about top 3 stories every hour?
I could do the top 3 stories every hour.
I don't know where it came from, but it hit me. It was like a bolt of lightning. Top 3 stories every hour.
Now listen, I don't know about your antelope sound. I don't know about your cougar sound, but by God, that was lightning if I've ever heard it.
Highly accurate bolt of lightning.
Oh, thank God. Maybe the texters have an idea. This is sad. 888-368-1580.
I don't think we're going to like those ideas, but you try them. Let's see if we can.
Hey, people with ideas only talk. All
Okay.
right. Colts fan Dan says, who's this kid that hates the weather? Bring back the racehorse killing guy. Put this guy on waivers. Big George says, yeah, Keon sounds like he's just filling time there. He has no idea. Keon, can you give us a traffic report? Do you do traffic, maybe?
I do not do traffic.
You could. Well, he doesn't know the valley well enough to know anything. He'd be like, well, over on the Gila Expressway.
The Gila Expressway.
You don't want the traffic for the Chattanooga Valley, which is all I've ever done. So
it's not
going to help you very much.
Yeah. Lefty wants to know what style curry, Keon. Indian, Thai, Japanese, East African, American. What kind of curry?
Indian.
There you go. Sideshow Bob says not being able to grill. That's a man card violation for sure. No. You not willing to learn would be the violation.
I am willing to learn. I just have never lived in a place where I could grill properly. An experiment.
Yeah.
We're here to help.
Yeah, you're cleared on that one, Keon.
Yeah.
Moist One says, wouldn't mind eating some curry right now. Preferably Steph's mom. Oh my God.
Wow.
Watermelon says, wow. Jeffrey, I have a segment called X House. And where are they now this week? Yeah. Oh, X House. So it features Keon. No, we're not firing Keon. Come on, Watermelon. Thunder Snow says, Keon stumbling around there. What are his thoughts on Speedos? No, we don't care about Speedos.
And I have no thoughts on Speedos.
That ship has sailed.
Into Speed says, and this is a guy who's a text for a while. He goes, Keon, don't let Jeffrey get to you. He can be an ass.
I know he's just joking around and razz me, so I can take it.
Do I look like I'm joking?
Well, no, but I know your heart.
I'm a little sad because I thought you'd have something by now, to be honest. You know what? I'm not mad, Keon. It's just that I'm disappointed.
Oh boy.
Just disappointed.
I'm not gonna lie, like when my parents just had to say that to me. Ruined me.
That is the greatest parent line ever.
That's a straighten up and fly right moment from now on. Every time I heard that one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna need a few minutes with this, Keon. Fed Fan says, hey, your underdog tennis kid just took a set off the Joker. Go IKEA. Oh, good for him. I mean, he won't survive this, but good for him. Just a Tip says, I got a bid idea. Trash or trophy. 3 sets of 2 NFL players, and you rank them trash or trophy.
That's a great idea.
So you get, but I don't understand how that works.
We take 3 players and we break them down.
3 sets of 2.
Yeah. And are they trash or trophy?
So you okay. I still don't understand how this works. You're saying which one's trash and which one's trophy? Which one's better than the other?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you're gonna have to explain that to me a little bit better. I don't understand how that's really gonna work. I'm not saying no, but I'm saying what? Hefty Lefty says, excellent. Bonus point to Keon for culinary curry expertise.
Thank you.
Yeah,
but that's all he can do.
Yeah,
that and the peanut butter sandwich.
I can't actually do it on the show. I mean, but you know.
Keon, what's your strong point? Says Sideshow Bob. Kidding. Don't care. No. Yeah, I'm just no. That's just me being an ass. Sideshow Bob did ask, what is your strong point?
In fairness, I was warned. Basically, sports and like media. That's all I do.
Which one are you going to be good at?
Sports, presumably. I mean, one hopes.
Scratch Me Because says, give Keon a break. It could be worse, you know. Let's see.
I'm trying not to. I mean, when someone hits you with the could be worse,
that's not good. Good Cat says Keon needs to share the curry recipe for the Horgon cookbook. Okay, don't start that. Boogie says, Keon, you can break down obscure sports history that's current. You can call it, I only need 30 seconds. Okay, I don't understand that. Kiss the Cook says, trash or trophy? Are you rating the players or their wives and girlfriends? Okay, no, we're not going.
Yeah, that's a bridge too far.
Yeah. Sideshow Bob says, oh, the pressure. LOL. Mr. Wilbur says, I would be happy to loan some of my time once a week to help Keon and do a 15-minute segment on University of Arizona football and all things that are good about it. Okay, first off, you don't need 15 minutes a year to say all the good things about University of Arizona football. Right. Even that's too long. It'd be like 5 seconds of a good thing and then 14 minutes and 55 seconds apologizing for wasting everybody's time because there's nothing good about University of Arizona football. All right. Well, that wasn't fair to Keon because I did put him on the spot there, didn't I? Yeah.
We warned him ahead of the show, though.
Yeah. By the end of the show, you better have an idea. All right. It's time now, ladies and gentlemen, for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1934, the first college football all-star game pitting an all-star team of college seniors against an all-star NFL championship team of the previous season. This was played with the Chicago Bears to a scoreless tie before a crowd of 79,432 at Soldier Field in Chicago. This was a charity game invented by the Chicago Tribune, and it went on for 42 years. Well, I mean, not the game. They did it for 42 years.
So the NFL All-Stars could not beat the college All-Stars?
So it was college All-Stars versus the Super Bowl winning team. They didn't call it the Super Bowl back then, but it was the championship team would play the college football All-Stars, and they do it for charity. And here's the thing, they did this up until 1976, because at some point, the NFL players were probably just completely obliterating, and they're probably like, somebody's going to get hurt. You know, sort of like when you play Bishop, whatever that school is, the Bishop Sycamore. And so it just became very unfair to the poor college kids. I think that's why they stopped doing it. But that'd be fun to see.
Yeah, grown men going up against kids.
It took them 42 years to figure out that was a bad idea.
Well, I think it took 42 years for the NFL players become that much better than the All-Stars of college.
Wow.
Okay.
You know, I think that at a certain point, they're like, okay, this is getting damn ridiculous. And maybe it went on a little bit longer than it should have. You know what I mean? They're like, every year, they're just completely killing these kids. Let's just stop doing this now. I think
it's like the Pro Bowl if one side of the Pro Bowl didn't have NFL players.
Right. There's like, well, okay, this year we had 7 fatalities. It might be time to stop.
I can hear Joe Buck now. It's at the end of the first quarter. It's 78-0 NFL.
And then he starts telling stories nobody wants to hear. Well, that's every game he does still. But anyway, Sideshow Bob says, to brag on U of A football, you'd have to brag about U of A basketball. Bring that back. It sounds fun. No, we're not bragging about U of A. We shall never be happy or supportful of anything U of A, ever.
It's a hardline stance.
Yep. Am I right, Randy?
Yes.
Am I right, Keon?
Correct.
Nobody cares. Good Cat says, Keon, your segment could be a daily explanation of how you're better than the people that came before you at your job.
Would I have to do this daily? I don't know if I have every day of.
So every day you'd have to define how good you are compared to the other hosts?
Because I really only know Phil.
That would take him going back and listening to a lot of podcasts and going, okay, I found another one. That actually sounds pretty good, to be honest. Boomer Sooner said, Jeffrey, I really need you to give me a Jeffrey Boomer Sooner at the end of the show. Boomer Sooner, Boomer Sooner, Boomer Sooner, Boomer Sooner. Thank you very much.
Very nice.
Well done.
I think I'm going to pass out now.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew it.
All right, guys, that's it for us. We'll be back in your radios again tomorrow at 3 p.m. with ASU football tickets to give away. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
If you're considering refinancing or getting a home loan, listen up. This is Dale